Welcome, guys, to episode 2 of AOD Doggies. Let's get started.
I'm playing Copper. He's a little beagle. I'm playing Crystal because I'm original. I have a Chihuahua.
I'm playing an Eastern European German Shepherd. His name is Stas.
I am playing a Shiba named Spark.
The hackles on the back of your neck stand up. Something isn't right. Every fiber of your being is screaming out, "Find the masters."
I have freedom. I'm going to run out to the market and take whatever I can find.
Okay, so you're going to run out into the market because you realize all the people aren't there.
Because that's not where the plot's going.
As you approach the house, or all three of the houses, 3 doors swing open. And out from the center one, a figure steps out, wearing a dark blue hooded cloak. He kind of steps back from the body that he's holding, and it continues to float there. And he snaps his fingers. This blue swirling color begins to form in front of him.
I attack!
I suppose you'll be needing this. And if you want more, go to the Mourning Stones up north. You never know what the humans might leave behind. Snow comes running in, by the way, and she's like, okay. All right, guys, after that week-long bathroom break, I finally got a chance to read the notes and the actual story, and I've decided I'm scrapping the whole thing. She takes the book and she slams it down on the counter. All right.
Oh my God, what did this book ever do to you?
Listen.
Snow, so can I ask why all your notes are on paper towels?
Okay, I was in the bathroom for a week, and okay, we're not going to talk about why I was in the bathroom for a week, but I couldn't get out. That's it.
You didn't think to mess... You know what? Never mind.
It's like one of those dungeons. You can't actually send messages out of the bathroom. You have to be in the bathroom.
I don't think that's how that works.
The bathroom is a dungeon.
Yeah. Clark Kent says his bathroom is a dungeon. All right, so guys, why don't we go around the table and... Okay, we're not going to do circles. No circles, Snow. No circles. All right, how
Let's do a
about...
triangle.
Yeah. No,
Well, we
it's a circle.
have 4
Got
people,
4.
so it'd be a square.
Am I not included?
Would you want to make a pentagon?
Sure. Okay, we're going to go around this pentagon, and you guys are going to give us a reminder about what happened last time. Who wants to start?
I'll start because apparently nobody else does. Well, all of our masters got kidnapped. We met in the market. We fought. Actually, no. We encountered a strange person wearing a cloak. We got a tiny piece of the cloak thanks to Copper. And then we fought flying squid ethereal things. And we won, surprisingly. And then we left and encountered a strange cat who had a collar, even though he's a stray.
Could have been a flea collar.
Fair point.
Yeah, so Daniel, good job. You summarized pretty much everything. Okay.
Incorrect. Maybe it was because I was invisible, but he never noticed. I was invisible. So, he forgot one vital part. After fighting the little tiny Cthulhu babies, we did indeed find a little lab who was playing with a squeaky toy, and now we can
Golden. It was a golden.
Same difference. They're all dogs. I'm not a pet owner myself, so I don't know. Anyways, we have a squeaky toy that turns us invisible, and I have a flea collar, which, Wilson, you can have. Why would I want this? I don't know. It just seems like it'd be more useful than you.
Wow. Well, listen,
I was the only person to get any helpful information from the Cthulhu monsters because I have a part of their cloak, which we can now track.
Not entirely true. I did note that the man taking all of our masters, or all of your masters, to my knowledge, went to the sea and by the coast. So,
okay, so speaking of which, anything else you want to add, Clerk Kent?
I'm invisible.
You're invisible. Oh, yeah.
He's got
I
the
was.
squeaky
Actually, no,
toy
it's
of
in my
power.
pack. I have the power of invisibility via a squeaky ball
Via the squeaky ball. Okay.
of invisibility.
All right. So speaking of which, because I know you guys said you were heading towards the seacoast, where are you going exactly? What's your main goal right now?
I don't have a map in front of me.
Let me
might
help
be able
you.
to determine a direction.
Oh, look, the map just kind of appears in front of your face. Voila.
No, you don't need to make it over dramatized. We understand you just unraveled a scroll and threw it down on the table.
Now that you guys have the map in front of you, where are you going?
Last time I checked, weren't we headed towards the Mourning Stones? Because Jack
Yes.
told us that there were going to be some cool items up there.
I see a bridge on the map. I say we go to the bridge to cross the river to get to the Mourning Stones.
I mean, we might need to go to Meat first. The
Meat?
town, Meat, Carne, it's right there. Is no one bilingual here? I mean, at
Only
least-
if it's carne asada, then I will go.
You know, I didn't realize that, but it is Karn. It's not Carne, but it is Karn. It's
I'm pretty sure that's exactly how Carne is spelled.
I hate
is. That is. It just says Meat. There's a town called Meat on our map.
Suddenly Snow has a realization of how much she actually hates herself and that she didn't realize this until just now.
Not only does Snow the character, but M in real life did not know this and is flush red. It's great.
I tried, man. I was like, "Ooh, I got a cool name for this town," and now it's just kind
Meat.
of like meat.
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 I mean, we can get meat at Meat, so we're going to need food eventually, and it's kind of on the way. And we can just, we're all the way in the Hunter's Hideaway, so we were just make our way east, and then we can make our way north.
Did you go to Hunter's Hideaway?
I thought that's where we were.
No.
you were at
we're
New
we're
Spira.
Well, I don't
We're
know
just
where I
outside
live.
New
I live in a
Spira.
the only thing I know is that I live in a dungeon. Okay.
Yeah, you live here. See that yellow flashing light?
Oh, well, that's awkward.
I'm sorry, a red light. Snow pulls out like a laser pointer.
New personality trait. Bad at directions.
It's not new. That's an old established thing. I mean, we can try and cross the bridge. I'm pretty sure there's probably be a ferry somewhere. Not like the literal entity, but I mean like a boat that takes you across the river.
Well, it's up
In
to
this
you guys. where you
vast
head.
void of nothing.
Well, I mean, in nothing, there must be something.
All
So I'm
right.
sure let's just head north and we'll decide from there whether we want to go northwest, northeast, north-north, northeast,
Well,
northwest.
there is a path that goes to the bridge. Maybe there's a cut across to
Oh my gosh, you're
Meat.
right. I didn't even see that.
Bad at directions.
I tried, guys. I tried.
There's this little brown streak, like someone who forgot to wipe.
Weren't you covered in dung a few minutes ago?
We're not gonna talk about it.
I think she's still covered in dung. She never cleaned herself off. So Crystal is actually just this dry, crusty, brown, smelly poop that is walking around on 4 legs.
Very nice.
Probably has a number of diseases. It's monkey poop.
Yep.
You might want to watch yourself.
I say we go north for a little bit and then cut across to Meat.
Yay, meat.
Um,
I mean, we can just head north and then decide once we get closer whether we just want to start heading east or continue north.
how long does it
Yes.
take to get to the bridge?
Wilson's going to roll survival to see if he can tell based on geographical landmarks.
That is an acceptable response. You may roll your survival check.
I got a 17. Could I tell how long it's going to take us?
depending on where you're heading, where are you going?
Let's just say to get to the bridge.
Okay, if you were heading just towards the bridge, it would take you about a day to get to that bridge. And then half a day, for example, to get to the Mourning Stones. So day and a half. And then Karn Village would be about a day as well.
Well, no matter what we do, it seems like we're going to have to camp out at some point. So if we wanted to go to the Mourning Stones, we might as well just go straight there.
I'm fine with it, whatever.
And then if our masters have been taken from the coast, then, I mean, our dogs would probably be most interested in going to Brian?
It's Brienne.
Brienne?
Brienne. I already said this.
Brioche?
Brienne, the seacoast of Brienne. I feel like I've said this and you're making fun of me, Wilson. I tried really hard on these names.
I'm bad at pronouncing things.
We can tell.
Okay, so I'm just saying we go to the Mourning Stones and then we hit up Brienne and we can feel out some information once we're there.
Are you sure it's not brioche?
It could be. I'm referring to it as brioche from now on.
I rolled right
Sounds
into that,
good to
didn't
me.
I?
Snow feels like this massive pain in her heart. It feels like she's being stabbed multiple
All right,
times.
so we're gonna skip meat and we're gonna go straight for brioche after hitting the stones of sadness.
Okay, so you guys are going to the Mourning Stones then,
The stones of sadness, yes,
instead of going to meat.
Yes.
because that's where it sounds like you're prepared for it.
Listen, man, I was in the bathroom for a week.
Did you have the poops?
I told you we're not going to talk about while I was in there.
Do you have a rash?
I do sell Metamucil in my shop.
What kind of bookshop is this?
Listen, he doesn't want people leaving his shop. It's the black market after all.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Don't you see that bell I have installed? It's a very nice bell.
Yeah, I did notice. I liked it. It made a nice little ding.
My goodness. All right.
Are we actually going to start playing, or are we just going to talk about what we're playing?
You know what, Crystal? We're going to start playing. And with that kind of attitude, I like it.
Yay!
I like your energy and enthusiasm. Wilson, you can add, are you putting on that anklet or collar thing?
I mean, I guess Crystal gave it to me, so sure.
All right. It gives you a +1 to your AC.
Okay, that's nice.
That is what you know that it does.
What do you mean that's what I know that it does? Are you implying that there are things I don't know that it does?
Well, Wilson, you can't pronounce names properly, so why would I assume that you would know what things do properly? Burn.
I feel like you're upset about brioche.
Okay. You know what? We're gonna move on now. So you guys, you venture out into the forest, and several hours pass. You sometimes are getting caught on the briar bushes that are down below. Crystal, you do get stuck a few times, so you have to be assisted by a much larger dog, Stas, who has to kind of gnaw away at the briar bushes and pluck them out of your fur.
I thought it was riding on someone's back.
You get stuck.
Yeah, he was riding on my back.
No, she gets stuck.
She.
So you mean to tell me I was abducted by sentient plants?
No,
Yes.
you just got stuck.
You got stuck. Listen, if you're riding on something and the one thing that's moving underneath you continues to move, but you get stuck, guess what happens?
Sentient plants. Oh no, guys, help!
You're basically just hovering in the air.
My dog starts barking permanently. And help! Someone! I've been abducted by evil sentient plants.
Hold on, I'm coming.
You just got caught on a branch.
Sentient plants, precisely.
Okay.
Do I
know
want
on
to
the
help you?
plants.
I'm not sure.
So Spark says you say that he gnaws on the plants.
Yes.
Okay. You can roll your strength.
Character sheet. Summon. Ouch. Oh, hey.
Okay. Yeah, you easily just gnaw away these bushes and kind of rip them off, which does rip a little bit of her fur and some of the poop off with it. So she's got a few baldings. Bald patches.
Sections.
Yeah, no, she's got bald patches on her butt. And
Nobody look.
but yes. So you rescue her from these bushes and you put her back on your back, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So you guys continue onwards. And you can see that the sun is kind of bearing down through the overtop canopy. It's about midday at this point, and it's really, really humid. It's just heavy air, and you guys are just panting. It's hot. you can just feel this while you're in the shade, and it feels like you probably need to take a rest pretty quickly after starting, maybe like 4 hours in, because of how hot it is. But you can all make perception checks as you are walking through the forest.
Wow, me and Wilson rolled really bad. Don't tell them what I rolled, but I'm sorry.
Well, Wilson, I need to know what you rolled.
Well, no, I know I have to tell
rolled
you what I
perception.
rolled, but I don't have to tell them what I rolled.
Ooh, I like this perception. Okay. The Spark, what did you roll?
22.
Okay, 22. Daniel, what did Stas roll?
A 20
All right, a 20?
total.
These are some good numbers. Crystal, what did you roll?
When I can talk about it, I'm blinded by poop. I rolled a total of a 7.
Oh,
Oh,
did you crit fail?
Nope, that's the sad part. I rolled a 3.
Oh, oh.
Wilson, what did you roll?
I win. I rolled an 8 total.
Okay. Good job, Wilson. She pats him
I rolled a 4.
on the hand
One higher
awkwardly.
than Crystal.
Alrighty. So, Crystal, Wilson, Crystal, and Copper, you are busy trying to find shade, as much shade as you can underneath some roots that are nearby. But Stas and Spark, oh my gosh, the 2 S's. I could have just been like double C and double S. There we go. Okay, double S. You hear the sound of water trickling over rocks and other areas of the forest, just over yonder, basically. It's over yonder. What do
How
you
far
do?
is yonder?
Yonder?
My ears perk up, and I say out loud, it sounds like there's water up ahead. Over
Yeah,
yonder.
I hear it too.
Yeah. Yonder.
Yonder.
Yonder's usually like a term people use, like, oh, it's over yonder. Like, oh, if you walk past these trees, you'll see it.
I
So
know.
I go walk past those trees.
Oh, you walk past the trees?
It's a trap.
Yes.
I'm gonna wait slightly behind Spark in case, in fact, it is a trap. I don't want to get two.
Can I use my stealth?
Screwed over.
Can you stealth? Yes, you may stealth. You can describe to me what you're doing exactly. I mean, you see that there is a stream nearby, that there are rocks kind of bordering along the edges. Not really tall, but I mean, they're about your size because you're a Sheba, and that's what, like 2 feet tall, max?
18
Yes.
inches, probably.
Yeah. Okay, so they're just about 2 feet tall, so they're just a little taller than you. But you see this refreshingly cool stream kind of flowing nearby through this little opening or this clearing in the forest, and you're kind of sneaking through. I guess you're scooching your boot.
I roll perception. Oof.
Oof.
6. I'm so distracted by the water that I don't see anything else.
Yeah, no, you are so enamored by not enamored, but you are focused on getting that water because it is very, very hot.
It looks very refreshing.
You probably immediately just go over and start drinking from it.
Yes.
Daniel, would you like to roll a perception check?
I would.
Oh, God, no.
14 plus, so 19 total.
Okay. You see that the area is clear of really any other creatures. You hear birds in the trees. You see that there are some bushes that are also lined up along the river. And they do seem to be flowering, and some actually do have berries on them.
Okay, so it's not like they're suspiciously lined up.
They are not suspiciously lined up. I mean, you could roll what was that? Sense motive? What is it in this?
I sense
Insight.
motive.
Yeah, no, you could write an insight. You could roll an insight check if you really feel the need to, but no, they are not suspiciously lined up. There are 3 bushes that are lined up along the river on the opposite bank of where you guys are. And you see that there are white flowers on them and then some red berries.
I'm going to roll insight because that would be in character for my character.
All right. So your character is suspicious of these bushes. All right.
15.
The bushes are not suspicious. They are bushes. They are on the
It's not just those bushes. There's something off about them.
they are on the other side of the riverbank. There are 3 of them lined up along the river or the stream. I don't know what else you want from me.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
What kind of bushes are they?
Okay.
Well, they look like they're just your typical, like maybe raspberry bushes. They look like raspberry bushes.
Oh, so they're spiky boys.
Yeah, they have some spikes on them. I honestly don't know what color raspberry bush flowers are, but I'm going to say these are white. These are this world's raspberry bush flowers. Yeah, they're white and they got red berries. Please don't prove me wrong. I'm already struggling.
I'm just double checking.
Okay. What do you do? Crystal and...
They are white.
Good. I was awesome.
Oh, some of them are purple, but some of them are white.
Okay, you see white flowering and purple flowering bushes. But there are definitely red berries on those bushes as well.
And they're not suspicious.
Crystal and Copper, you guys are still kind of back in the clearing, not in the clearing, but under the trees, kind of hiding. What do you
I thought
do?
Crystal was riding on top of me.
She apparently had such a low perception, she jumped off your back and went to hide under some roots.
I'm very talented.
Very, very talented. After a while, you do notice that your compatriots are not directly in front of you. You, in fact, hear the sound of lapping up of water.
Oh, water sounds good. I'm gonna go get it. Follow me. Copper would nuzzle Crystal in the certain direction as he's also trying to track his
Okay,
compatriots
so
towards water.
Copper puts his face in poop. Got it.
Yes. Hey, man, dogs eat poop.
As dogs do.
Can confirm.
Dogs eat poop.
All right, so you and Crystal make your way over to this river, and you do see the refreshing, cool water and this stream, and you see the berry bush on the other side. I'm not going to make you roll for it because those were obvious, but they wanted to roll, so I let them do what they want. It's good.
Yay. Yay, food. Copper's gonna go run and eat some berries and then go drink some water so he's nice and refreshed.
Okay, so you basically bound across the stream, splashing up water all over the place.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. Your skin kind of like flops over your body as you do so, like, because beagles have very loose skin. So it like flops over your eyes and you kind of like land on your face a few times, but then you do get up and just enjoying the water, but you do go eat some berries and you basically get a meal full.
I am content.
I'm going to roll something really quick.
Oh, so the bushes are suspicious.
It was the trees the whole time.
Yes, of course. How could I?
You've basically eaten the bushes almost clean of
Oh my
berries.
So is he just bloated now?
Please roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god.
I'm fortuitous.
What number was it?
Wait, the Copper's fine, man. Don't leave him alone. He's got a 17 for his save.
You feel a little grumbly in your belly after a little while. But for now, we won't say anything happens.
He's a good boy. Leave him
For
alone.
now.
All right.
And he didn't save any for anyone else.
Spark.
There
Spark,
are,
spark.
Yes, Crystal.
Spark.
Give me one moment. There are not many left. There are probably about 12 berries left on the bush.
If the listeners could see the look of disappointment on my face.
I rolled for it, and he ate 42 berries.
Oh my god.
I said he ate a meal
My
full.
dog did.
He a thick boy.
My real dog ate all of our raspberries.
Oh, gosh. Did it make him sick?
No, because they just come in a little bit at a time. So it'd just be like here and there.
Ah, okay. So the birds are up in the canopy, like singing away. And Crystal, what is it that you needed?
I was trying to get in contact with Spark, so I was barking Spark's name.
You're sparking.
Spark.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I need your assistance. You see that deadly river right over there? I could drown if I entered it, so I need you to pick me up by the gruff and shake me clean.
Yeah, the deepest part of that water is probably about 10 inches.
I could drown.
Okay, I do that.
Much
right.
appreciated.
That happens.
So you dunk her in the water? Is that what you were asking?
Yeah, I want to get this poop off me.
All right. Let me ask you something. Would Spark hold her under for more than 10 seconds just to get a rise out of her? Does he have this kind of personality? I'm just asking.
No, I don't. No, he's not. He's not an asshole thief. He's.
I'm just asking. I just need to know.
No, I think because he's an urchin thief. So and he was grateful because she gave him the invisibility ball.
Okay.
Yes, no, we're good friends. Stop trying to get him to drown me.
I'm just asking.
I see what you're up
All
to
right.
here.
So you just dunk her.
Yes.
All right. You dunk her, and the first time that she goes in, she just looks like wet poop again. It's not really coming off. It looks like it's matted into her fur. It might require some scrubbing.
I think we got it.
Do we have a brush?
You do not have
Hold
a
on,
brush.
let me check my pack. I might have something in my pack. Hold on. Tinderbox, rations, a hooded lantern.
You could burn it off.
I have a candle, a crowbar. What about a hammer? What a hammer.
We beat the poop off of me. I like this
Oh
plan.
my god, guys.
We could cut your fur off with a dagger.
This could work.
Well, I have common clothing, and it's
rapier.
not like dogs wear clothing, so we could cut a part of the clothing off and use that as a wipe.
That sounds too logical. But we can do it if you want.
String?
There are spells, but you don't have a spell like make clean or purify or anything like that.
Nope.
Is there a broken branch nearby with a bunch of sticks sticking off of it that we can use as a comb of
Oh,
sorts?
there are plenty of branches nearby. In fact, there's one that you're looking for exactly like that on the ground, about 10 feet over. It's a very large branch, though.
Hey, can I pick it up with my mouth?
Roll a strength check.
14.
You pick it up and you're able to drag it behind you. It's a pretty large branch. It's probably about 3 times your body size.
Copper, I need help.
Okay.
I'm here too.
I need help.
Stas.
Stas too. I need help. I'm too small.
You're a small boy. But yes, I'm going to
I'm
help.
only a medium-sized doggo.
Okay, so this episode is all about bathing Crystal. Got it.
Yay. Hey, this was something important that needed to happen.
Is this a fantasy come true for you, Crystal?
I'm being pampered by 3 men.
Maybe I regret helping her.
No, it's fine. Just continue.
I'm going to tell Grog you said that,
Continue.
Crystal.
I'm normally only pampered by 1, that's all I'm saying.
So you guys pick up this giant branch and you walk it over, and I guess you try to scrub this tiny little 4-inch dog with a giant branch.
I never
With
said it
leaves
was
on
a
it.
good idea.
And basically what happens is you guys are trying to brush her with it, and you end up knocking her into the water.
Wow.
You're
Who
really
couldn't
trying
have
to
seen that
drown
one
her, aren't
coming?
This is what I'm imagining is basically you guys kind of pick up the branch, and because it's 3 of you, you don't have good control of it. So you all step too quickly or too far, and you just kind of sweep
I'll
her.
I'll steer this a little bit. There we. There she goes.
There you go.
She's in a very shallow end of the water, so she's kind of just
Crystal, are you okay?
I mean, you're pushing me over. I can't help. This isn't what I had imagined when I said pampered. Gosh, too rough. Ha, get it, rough?
I got the joke.
It was a good one.
Somebody stop this.
Somebody Stas this.
Somebody Stas this. Oh my god. Okay. You guys, after I think about 30 minutes of trying to clean this little this little dog.
I am an adorable, lovable
Welcome
piece
to
of-
the Spark and
Whose
Shine
eyeballs
Salon.
are kind of bulging out of the skull, but we're not going to talk about that.
I like that spark and shine. Sounds good. So after about 30 minutes of you guys cleaning off your friend, you do manage to get her semi-clean. She does have the bald patches, and she still has splotches of this nastiness on her, but she is cleaner than she was before. What does Crystal look like, by the way?
She's a Chihuahua. She's I don't know, 6 inches tall. She's got tan fur.
6 inches tall, tan fur.
Yeah, it's a Chihuahua. What do you want from me? They all look the same.
Bulging eyes.
Yeah, bulging eyes. I got the shakes from too many experiments.
Yeah, that's true. They don't all look the same.
Oh, those eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Now you
no.
you're understanding.
99% tremble.
Oh, no.
So, again, you get her all clean. And, well, you guys continue on your journey. And the rest of the day
I roll a
goes...
fright check off of the appearance of...
Okay. All right, sure. You can roll a wisdom saving throw to see how you feel if you're scared or disturbed by her appearance.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. What did you roll?
Okay, the moment that she like approaches out of the water, you just see this dripping like swamp monster looking creature because like
A
some
monster!
yeah.
Oh no! Goodbye, guys. And Copper's just gonna run and hide in a bush.
Why? What?
I don't know what to do with you. All right. But you guys continue on with your journey after gathering yourselves back together and calming down. And you continue on your journey. And the rest of the day goes without really much other event. And you rest. You set up your camp and you sleep through the night. It's peaceful. You hear the crickets kind of chirping in the background. Stas, you get hit by a few like flying insects in the middle of the night, like in your face, but you're okay.
Large dog and hits with more bugs.
Surprisingly, actually not surprisingly, you can hear a loud sound of swarming around another dog nearby that starts with a C, ends with an L.
Oh, flies.
Copper.
I don't think that ends with an L.
Copperl.
She might be right. The L could be silent.
That's not how
Oh my
English
God.
works, but okay.
Just saying,
Okay.
anything's possible.
All right, so guys, the next morning it greets you with a slight breeze and the promise for a cooler day, and then you guys begin your journey again. And as you are making your way and you get towards the edge of the forest, this woody scent of a campfire kind of finds its way towards you guys, and also the smell of salted meats.
Food.
Meat.
Food. Is that meat? Is that the town? Is that the town meat?
I mean, what do you do?
I sniff it. I follow it.
Okay, so that would be a perception check
I'm good.
at advantage because you're doing it by smell.
I crit.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
What was your roll? Spark. That's persuasion.
Oops.
You did really well persuading the smell.
That's still persuasion.
What the hell? I swear to God. Oh, no. Oh, no. I rolled a 9.
Oh, your rolls, they were so good. You went from a
I
20 to a
know.
12 and then just 9.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, that's great.
But there's a bonus for smelling, right?
Yeah, you actually get to roll at advantage, so you roll a second time.
Oh, okay. Well,
You can't really roll better
because
than
this
that.
automatically, this already rolls at the
Yeah,
damage stuff
so
automatically, though.
yeah,
So
you take the 9 because...
I'll take the L.
All right. So actually, it looks like, Spark, you are the last one to notice the odor. Crystal, what was your roll?
Oh. 5.
At advantage?
7.
I'm so sorry, Crystal. And Wilson, what was your highest roll?
Oh, mine was 19.
19. Okay. So apparently sharing airspace with another dog, like riding on top of the other dog, kind of limits your perception of other smells because you are both just smelling each other because you're just like right on top of each other. The scents are just too strong.
Makes sense. That's science.
That is not
All I
science.
smell is poop.
That's all you smell. Okay. So Copper, you smell this salted meat and you start to make your way towards it. But Stas
Hey, where you going?
barrels past you and follows this scent with perfect precision. And you break out into a clearing where you see 3 elves.
Where you
Let me
guys
just
going?
check something.
Are you okay,
They
Daniel?
took off without us,
My
Crystal.
character speaks
gone.
Elvish.
Okay.
This is so convenient. I'm so proud of myself.
Okay.
Just for the listeners, this is the first time I made a character sheet for the most part on my own before Quentin did it for me because I don't understand how to do this. So the fact that it's been going remarkably well just makes me happy.
I'm glad that's working for you. I will say that it is hard to make characters in a game you've really not played that much before. So, Hopper, you make it to Stas.
Yay.
After he gets there, and he is actually greeting these elves.
Would it give them a bonus if he spoke to them in their native tongue?
Well,
Would they like him more?
don't ask me that. It's up to you guys. So, Spark and Crystal, you see Copper taking off. What do you do?
Where are you guys going?
Quick, let's just after him. Hut.
Okay, I sprint off after him.
And you've got extra weight on you, but it doesn't really make too much of a difference.
I'm like 5 pounds. Stop making fun of me.
I'm not.
Wasn't she 4 ounces last episode?
I don't know what I weigh. You never ask a lady her weight.
Your voice cracked, Crystal. Are you okay?
Shut up. My dog's going through puberty. Bark, bark.
I think Chihuahuas are like 5-ish pounds.
I'm just looking
if
it
she's
up.
Teacup, my mom's teacup Yorkie weighs 3 pounds.
Yeah, see? I'm somewhere around there. I'm a fat one.
Oh, you are. You're
I'm
hefty.
Fat
thick
boy.
and
3
I'm
pounds.
proud.
3 pounds.
I'm thick and I'm proud, okay?
Even a big teacup chihuahua should
Wait,
not weigh
weren't you
over 6
starved?
pounds.
I thought you were starved in a cage.
Maybe 4 ounces would be right. She'd be dead.
Be like just the bones, but literally just the skull.
Wait, no, Spark. I thought you were the one that was starved. Like he didn't feed you.
No, he took me in. I was
I
an
thought you
urchin.
took him.
I'm confused.
Yeah, that. I took
This
him in.
relationship is very
Yes.
odd.
It's all the same.
He builds tools for me that of my design. No.
And you
They're his
don't
designs,
rob
but
him?
they are made for me.
My goodness. Okay, so Crystal and
I owe him a debt I can never repay because you took pity on me when I adopted him.
this is kind of how it works, I guess.
Exactly how that works.
Okay.
So I go running after the Copper
I'd had-
and Stas.
All right. So you make it to this camp where Stas is engaging with these elves and Copper is with him as well. What do you guys do? Now, reminder, you didn't really reveal to your masters or anyone in the town that you were awakened doggies. So I'm just letting you know, whatever you do is your decision from now on. That warning was there. Not really a warning. That advice, that information is there. Not a warning. Information.
So probably Stas goes first since he's the first one that made it there.
So
I'm way behind you guys.
this tall female elf, she kind of stands up from around where she's sitting in the fireplace or fire pit. And they're all sitting on like these logs that they've arranged around it. She stands up and she walks over and she kind of holds out her hand towards you, Stas. And she says, "Good boy. Come on. Come on, good boy."
I guess
I feel like we're being patronized.
And you feel this
It's a
sensation.
trap.
You can actually roll a perception check really quick.
Who's rolling?
You all can roll.
16, so
Oh my
21 total.
gosh. I got it 6.
Oh my goodness. Okay. 16 total for you.
No, 21 total.
21 for Stas.
I got a 20.
20 for Copper.
I got a 10.
Copper, Crystal, and Stas. You all see her kind of motion with her hands in like this very familiar pattern that kind of reminds you of some spells that you guys cast as well. But you all feel this sensation of kind of like peace, like you can trust this person. She continues to approach you and she sees Copper, she sees you approach as well, and she sees you come out from the bush, and she sees, I keep trying to think, Crystal and Spark come out from the brush as well. And she kind of stands back up, looks a little surprised, but she goes back down, she reaches her hand out, and she says, "Come on, come on." And then the 2 other elves also stand up and kind of approach you guys, and they're looking at you quizzically and reaching out their hands.
Stas is gonna sit and wag his tail.
So the moment that you sit, the tall female elf that had approached you a moment before goes over and she begins to pet you on the head, and she like kind of strokes down your back, and she's basically just giving you a nice, really good pet, and then she starts to scratch you on the back. And you notice that dogs aren't good with color, but you can tell that she has strange colored hair that's kind of like purpley. kind of like the purple of the bush that you saw on the flowers. And her eyes are a lighter color, a lighter shade of that, it looks like. But she is darker skinned. She's probably like a darker tan. And she's just petting you. And then she walks back over to the fire. And the two other elves, one is a male and he's also tan skin. The other one is another female who's got much darker skin than the other two. And they are both just kind of greeting all of you. Do you let them pet you?
Are they offering me meat?
Not at this moment.
I do that little chihuahua thing where I like tilt my head, slink away, crouch into position, shake and whimper. And I don't let them touch me. And if they get close, I start barking.
Okay. So you start barking at them if they get too close.
If they get too close.
So they do try to approach you, and because they're trying to approach Spark as well, and they go down. Spark, what do you let them pet you?
Since I have terrible perception, yes.
You're just sniffing the air. Roll your wisdom saving throw to see if you are startled or not by being pet all of a sudden. Because apparently all you did was just follow your nose.
With a fruity taste that shows.
Okay, yeah, no.
Oh my gosh.
With a 6,
I'm rolling so bad.
you also react in almost the same way as Crystal, and actually in doing so, you kind of knock her off your back, and she ends up like rolling away. And so you both are kind of cowering. Although that sensation of them not meaning you harm, that feeling becomes more overwhelming to you, and you calm down very quickly.
How dare they use calm animal on us? Can I make a knowledge arcana check to figure out what kind of spellcasters these vile demons are?
You want to find out what kind of spellcasters they are?
Oh, yeah. Well, what kind of spell they're casting?
Sure.
Okay. That's an arcana check. Aha. 18.
Okay, so you can tell, not just based on the arcana check, but also based on kind of like the equipment that they're carrying, that the tall female with the purple hair is a ranger. The darker skinned elf is a fighter of some kind. And then the male is a druid. And the druid is paying particular attention to you guys. And he's saying, "What good dogs you are." And he kind of alternates between saying this in common and elven as well. And he, uncommon for druids, because most of them don't eat meat, he pulls out like some jerky that he has on his person, and he kind of tears it into small pieces, and he barks out a command at you guys. And he says, "Sit."
I'm already sitting, so.
You get a treat.
I'm cowering.
Wait, I see that he gets a treat, and I sit.
Okay, so you come up, so you approach, and then you sit in front of him?
Yeah.
Okay, so he gives you a treat?
Yes, I got food.
Wilson, by the way, did you let them pet you or no?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I get head scratchies.
Okay, so you got head scratchies. Okay. Do you sit?
Yes.
Okay. And he gives you a treat.
Yay.
And Spark, do you sit?
I think I'm still kind of afraid because I've been rolling so bad.
You're kind of feeling more relaxed because there is this very strong sensation that you have. Like it is more powerful than this fear that you are feeling, that you are safe, that you are in a safe place.
Okay, I sit.
Okay. And you get a treat. The elves kind of go back to sitting around the fire, and they are kind of starting to discuss amongst themselves.
What are they saying? Are they speaking Elvish or common?
They are speaking Elven. So Daniel would be the only
Stas,
one.
what are they saying?
Bark, bark, Stas, bark, bark, Stas. You speak dog. That means what are they saying?
One of the elves looks back and sees you barking and throws you another piece of meat.
This is incentivizing bad behavior.
It is. Totally is.
Especially with my ability, incessant barking.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I saw that ability.
Okay, so the elves are kind of sitting there, and you hear one say, "Chele, we have to go and get him. We cannot leave him up there with those creatures. We have to go and get him back." Or no, not Chele. Thalia. He says, the male elf is speaking. He says, "Thalia," and he basically says that. And she says, "I know, but if we go now, we might not even get him back alive. He could be dead by the time we get there. We've been following these tracks for 3 days." So they're kind of like discussing amongst themselves, and you kind of hear them discuss something about a companion of theirs that has gone missing, and that they've been tracking these orc tracks for the past 3 days.
Hmm.
And then they say, Well, it's only half a day's journey now at this point to get to the bridge. If we cross the bridge, we can probably still head north and maybe we'll come across him. Maybe we'll get him back, but we have to go to Brienne. We have to make it there and tell them about this.
This is out of game, by the way. See, it's not brioche.
It's totally brioche.
It's Brienne. What do you do, Daniel? Because it's up to you right now. It's up to Stas.
Oh, boy.
What'd they say?
Well, I guess I'm speaking in dog to them, telling them that.
It's up to you. If you want to speak out loud, if you want to say something, you can in common, but
Give all the elves a heart attack for a moment there.
it's up to you. I mean, you guys can all do what you want.
Hmm.
You all do have common knowledge that elves in this area speak common, and you are aware that elves and humans have a very good relationship, and that you've seen several elves come to Nuspira a few times.
I'm going to go and quietly try talking with Crystal Spark and Copper and see if we should try and help these elves.
Okay, you can do that.
Do I need to roll anything?
Roll a stealth check.
17. Do I have anything in stealth? Oh, 22.
Go ahead and say what you mean to say.
So guys, they're tracking an orc. They're going where we're going, and they need help, it seems, to get their friend back. Do you guys want to help them, or should we leave them to their business?
Well, it sounds like they're headed the same direction we're going anyways. So I don't particularly care if we help them, but we can travel with them and get free food.
If
Should
they're
I-
going to Brienne and we're going to the Mourning Stones.
Well, we're still going in roughly the same direction as they are. Sort of. They're going across
But
the
according
bridge.
to we'll go across the bridge, but then we'll split ways by about a half a day.
food, and then we wouldn't get lost. And if we run into anything, they can help us.
Yeah, I'm going to go give them a heart attack real quick and talk common with them.
I don't know if
I
it's the best
follow.
idea. They seem to like us, so I'm pretty sure we could probably just like hang out here and they'd be chill.
Then should we all sit next to them in solidarity and not
Yes.
give them a heart attack?
Precisely.
Fair enough. Let's
If
just...
we all look cute, okay, everyone pick a person. We'll look cute and they'll scratch behind their ears.
Oh my god, guys.
Is that possible?
Was this how
for
you
Crystal?
planned for this to go, GM?
It's up to you guys. I mean, you guys have to work together to figure out what you're doing. I only give so much information because there's only so much I can do. But if you guys choose to do it this way, you can. I'm just looking something up really quick. So you can tell me what you're gonna do.
I guess we're just going to sit next to them for now in...
Who's the
Solid.
person who's been beating me?
The druid has been the one who's been kind of giving out treats.
I walk up to
Hey,
him.
somebody
Is he
go
standing or
whisper.
sitting?
Someone whisper common tongue to one of them.
Actually, as you guys are kind of in your little parlay corner, like kind of standing around in a really weird circle
Dogs at a poker table.
of dogs, the druid comes over and he kind of kneels down and he says, "All right, listen, guys, would you be willing to help us?" And you can understand him clearly, obviously, but Crystal, you can roll.
Arcana, is he casting a spell to talk with animals?
You can't detect magic you have to use spells to detect magic.
Yeah, gee, darn it. Fine.
I was gonna say, but you could roll.
Wait, Snow, could I roll an insight check?
You can roll an insight check.
Copper's intuitive.
Okay. That's 19 plus 3, 22.
Okay. Are you wanting to roll, Daniel, an insight check as well?
Copper rolled high enough, so...
Okay. Well, each dog can get its own insight check. It just depends on you.
Okay.
An insight check does not count for everybody.
Oh, okay.
So each check that you make is going to be personal to your character. Copper, you can tell that he is being genuine and that he's wanting you guys to help based upon the information that you got from Daniel, that he wants you to help them find this person and that they don't mean you any harm and that it, more than anything, it might be beneficial to you.
Free food.
They want to give us free food. We just have to sniff.
You
Sorry.
just have to sniff.
what beagles sound like. I had one.
For a
It was
human
cute.
rendition, that's not too bad, actually.
I tried hard.
Oh my gosh. Daniel, did you want to roll your insight check? Or are you okay with what he just said?
I'm okay with it.
Okay. All right. So you woof at him. And
I howl enthusiastically.
you woof at him with the intention of doing so. And he looks at you very quizzically. That makes no sense. He looks back. He said, guys, I can't speak with animals, and yet he's barking at me. I'm confused.
Oh, hi. Oh no, I'm just excited. I howl when I'm excited.
Okay. So he just kind of looks back at you and he looks very confused. Like his mind is kind of like imploding
Melting.
a little bit. And he's like, I know it went through. Like, clearly there was an understanding because
No.
I just heard you speak to them and tell them what it.
No, you're good. We're good. I just howl when I'm excited.
Uh-huh.
I
Okay.
ask what they know of the Mourning Stones.
You there, the man with the treats. Yes, you, the one who's looking at me right now. I am your lapdog, and you will continue to feed me. In return, I offer you my services.
Roll your persuasion or intimidate. Are you trying to intimidate him into doing that or persuade him?
I
What about
am
animal
going
handling?
to use best friend, which is charm person, to make him do exactly what I want him to do.
Okay. Does he get a save against
He
that?
does. He gets a DC wisdom saving throw equal to 13. Is he charmed? Does he
How long
find
is
me
it-
charming?
Also, how long? What was the spell?
Best friend. It's a racial trait from doggos.
Oh, so I can't look that up.
I think it's like 5
How long
minutes.
does it last? It only lasts for 5 minutes.
Something like that.
Okay, so he leans down and he picks you up and he scoops you up in his arms and he starts to pet you. And he walks over to the log, sits down and puts you in his lap and continues to pet you, to stroke your fur. And
Schmucks.
he
My
scratches behind your ears.
favorite. Oh, yeah, it's the good spot.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm just gonna tell Spark and Copper I only take some guilty pleasure in that because I know that's only gonna last for about 5 minutes.
So the party of elves kind of continue to sit around the fire and they're discussing their action plan. And then they begin to basically break camp and start to pack things up. And after 5 minutes, he does put you back down, Crystal.
Dang it. Did not work.
It doesn't last very long. It only lasts for 5 minutes.
Love me. No, me. Love me.
Okay. So you say that. You say love me and everything?
And barking noises.
No. You can't say that afterwards, sir.
What do you mean?
I'm assuming Crystal would have gotten frustrated and probably. I want you to roll.
Okay.
You played yourself.
Okay. No, I say it out loud.
You say it out loud. What'd you roll?
5.
Yeah, you say it out loud. You say it out loud as a dog. And all of the elves kind of just drop and stop at the door and like, who said that? And they kind of like draw their weapons. But the druid doesn't. He just kind of looks down. I knew it! And he just points at the dogs. At all of you. He just points and says, I knew it.
woof.
Yeah, and
I make barking noises to try and cover it up.
That would be a persuasion check?
Oh, wait. No, I'm good at that.
Dog persuasion.
okay. No.
Okay, let me.
But Daniel, did you say something out loud as well? You said, okay, and?
Yes, I did say that
All
out
right.
loud.
21.
Okay, so Crystal is trying to cover this up, and she's doing pretty successfully. But because Daniel spoke, you're going to roll that at disadvantage now.
Oh, wait. No. Why would you do this? No, I crit failed. I was not prepared for this day.
These are the most fake barks I've ever heard.
Whoa.
Woof, woof, woof.
So the elves just kind of go, "Wait, you can talk? I mean, I know you could." Well, this is the male elf, not the male elf, the tall female elf. I'm confusing myself now. Dang it. Okay, hold on. Scratch that. Reverse it. Him, female elf. Wait, you can talk? That's amazing.
Oh my, it looks like the speak with animals hasn't worn off yet and turned into communal.
Crystals are not that stupid.
The druid speaks up.
I just chuckle.
It
I
ended
just
like
laugh in the corner.
No.
10 minutes ago.
Yo, that's what you think.
Crystal, they're not that stupid.
I'm trying to convince them.
I know, and
It's
you're
working.
failing. No, you're failing at it pretty horridly.
Spark, back me up here.
I'm just laughing. I'm just maniacally laughing at this point.
Yeah, I think at this point it's just better to abandon trying to convince them otherwise. Hi.
The tall elf lady, she comes over, she says, "Hello. And what is your name, handsome one?"
I'm gonna
my name is Spark.
There, say my name's Stas.
Stas.
She was talking to me.
I'm talking to you both. You are such good boys. And she gives you both scratches behind your ears.
I am a good boy.
This is actually such a happy circumstance at this moment. We really can use your help. And I know that our druid friend, Chele, he spoke to you already about this. But we need your help. We need you to help us
overheard.
find... Oh, you did?
At least I overheard. I don't know about the other three.
I mean,
We couldn't hear.
yeah, we can speak, though.
They were speaking Elvish, though. We just heard sounds.
Well,
And he didn't translate for us.
well
I
he
did.
just
You
sucks
just
at
didn't
that.
listen.
I've got a nose I can sniff. So, your friend missing?
Yes. He was taken by an orc scouting party. We've been tracking the trail. We've been following the trail for 3 days now. We believe that there might be a tribe up north.
So Copper's at this point gonna start jumping around and wagging his tail.
Ooh, trade.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Deal. Here's offer. We help you find your friend. You help us find Master.
Your masters are missing?
Well, okay, so we're all okay. I'm not technically from. What's the name of the place?
All of the humans in
Vesperia,
our village disappeared.
But these three are. I'm pointing to Spark, Crystal, and Copper. Are all from Vesperia. And when we were there, a man in a cloak with some fish pattern on the back of his cloak.
Ooh,
This. Copper's gonna hand him a chunk of the cloak. You can keep going.
He abducted the whole town except for the animals.
Interesting. I've never heard of this ever happening before. So you say it was a man wearing a cloak,
It was a
Yes.
person wearing a cloak. We don't
wearing
know.
fish on the cloak?
Yeah, there were some colored
Yeah.
fish on the
They
back.
move. Like actually, like the fabric was moving. It was like magical.
It was
we
very frightening.
think he's somewhere by the sea because I smelled through the portal he sent everyone through sea and sand.
Well, we will see what we can do. But you all kind of laugh awkwardly and she just blinks. She doesn't get the joke.
Oh,
Dang it. That's a good job.
Both the fighter and the druid get it though, and they start laughing hysterically. What is so funny? I'm assuming that's what they would laugh like.
That's
so.
an unattractive laugh.
Do you say that out loud?
No. I'm a good dog.
So Thalia looks around. She says, "I don't understand what's so funny. Anyway, we will see what we can do, but we need to get our friend back.
of course.
If the orcs have him, he may not be alive if we wait much longer. This was the first break we've taken in 3 days, so well-needed rest."
Yeah, a little bit.
And she says, "The trail leaves off just over there." And she points to part of the clearing that they seem to have cleared away just a little bit of. And you do see that there are some very thick tracks that were left behind as it had rained a few days earlier. And there's a lot of broken branches. And you can just kind of see like this really weird shaped trail kind of leading through the forest.
Well, at least it won't be difficult to track them.
After basically getting your bearings and smelling the tracks, you make your way towards the bridge and you make your way out of this forest area. And thankfully, it won't take you that long to get where you need to be at one point or another. We'll see. Okay. Along the way, they discuss with you that there is an embassy, an elven embassy in Brienne. And basically, as you guys are trailing through,
Brioche.
Brienne,
Brioche.
I know.
I like
I'm going to
bread.
beat you all sometime.
Bread.
Listen, as the guild leader, I will find a way.
No, it's fine. What?
Yeah,
It's not
I will
you-
not abuse my power. Never mind. Ignore me.
That's why you're great, Snow.
What?
What?
Okay, we're going to continue on.
I think he's complimenting you on your leadership skills and the fact that you won't abuse your power even when it would be convenient.
You just see like these Snow's eyes get really big, and she's just like, "Thank you, Wilson. I'm glad somebody recognizes it, and thank you, Daniel." But it was lost in translation.
It.
I have a 20 in language.
Is that your regular character
Yes.
sheet? Wow. In language?
Mhm.
Charisma?
No, I thought
No,
it was
language is intelligence. Oh,
Linguistics, you mean?
yeah, same thing.
No, it's different.
It is different, actually, I thought. I have a
Oh.
20 somewhere, something to do with language. I can translate real good.
All right. So you guys, you make it across the bridge, and the tracks seem to go cold for a little bit, but you are able to pick it back up not too long after, because what happened is they didn't use the bridge. For some reason, they decided to cross or like wade through the river. So you see it on the other side. You all can make your survival checks, please, to make sure that we are not going to get lost.
Hey, Snow, I crit.
Oh, cool.
I'm a good dog.
Wait, what am I supposed
20.
to?
Survival check.
Survival.
20 total.
This won't be good.
I did not crit.
Oh my god.
And Crystal.
I'm doing so terribly. In this
I'm
game.
not even gonna try.
Justin, we need to get you like a real pair of, like a real set of dice.
We need to
Well,
get you a
I mean,
set of dice from Dice Envy.
Oh, and Dice Envy, our affiliate.
There's links totally not down in the description.
Crystal doesn't do anything, I'm assuming, because
Nope.
she's languidly sitting on top of Spark's back.
Obviously, what else would I do?
Okay, so you guys are able to follow this trail. By the time you reach this encampment, you have gone a lot further north than you were intending to. You reached there by night, so you basically traveled the entire day, and you did end up passing the Mourning Stones, which you can do, like you can see based off of your map, and you end up here.
Out of game question. What are the Mourning Stones and what do they do?
Out of game question. I can't answer that,
To Google.
but you can, huh? It's not going to do anything.
Fair point.
Mourning Stones don't exist. They're an in-game world content. You can roll your knowledge local, or I don't know if they have knowledge for lore.
Nope, not high enough.
Is there even a local? There's history.
You could roll history. I'd be okay with that.
I got a 9 total on history.
Yeah, that's weird that you don't get knowledge local. That's weird to me.
I got 12. Does that tell me anything?
Okay, everyone give me their rolls first, and I'll tell you if you get something from that.
I got a 12.
Got a 9.
Not all I got.
Okay, you got 9, and then Spark.
Am I just rolling 1d20 or?
Yep, just 1d20. Ooh. Ooh.
Crit fail.
Oh, you poor soul.
You have absolutely no idea what the Mourning Stones are, and you probably never will.
I've been rolling worse and worse over this last hour.
Roll 20 has just been like, no, you shall not have fun this game.
Oh, that's nasty. All right, so Crystal, with your knowledge of the Mourning Stones, you know that it is a site where a lot of the humans go to basically pray for those who have passed on or are dying. And a lot of times what they'll do is they will bring an offering to this altar, and they will leave it there in hopes that the gods will accept this offering and allow them to pass on peacefully and get into basically the best place they can.
All right.
A lot of things get left
I go over
behind.
to Spark.
Yeah.
All right. So these Mourning Stones, right? It's a place where people leave free stuff lying around, and all you got to do is take it.
Do I hear? No, I have to roll a perception check. 19 total.
She's not. Are you hiding that at all, Crystal?
A little.
Okay, so you can roll a stealth.
Okay.
So
I
this
got
is basically if yours was a 19 total, Stas.
Yes.
Okay, so Crystal, if Crystal's number is
8.
lower than yours, you hear it.
I'm going to turn to her and be like, but you're raiding the dead. That's so disrespectful.
But they're not going to use it.
Most of it's...
Am I wrong? I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong.
But you're pillaging what's almost a grave, basically.
But it's not a grave.
Oh, you know what? You're
Do you want
right.
me to
I need
punt
to
you?
roll. I'm going to roll for everybody else also hearing you. Because I'm going to assume if you're not speaking if you don't specify you're speaking dog, I'm going to assume you're speaking common.
That's fine.
That's fair.
The druid kind of turns around and he looks back as he's walking. He says, "It's not really a good idea to take from the dead.
Why, you think there's spooky ghosts that are going to haunt you?
Let's just say that when you take things from that place, good things don't seem to follow you." And he just pauses, stares blankly at you, blinks a few times, and then turns back, and you guys continue
I
walking.
feel like we're on the same page. So, Spark, what are we going to do about this?
I'm gonna punt this dog.
By the time that it is basically midnight, you reach this village, and you see orange flames kind of flickering at the edges of this village. And Thalia kind of signals to you guys, and she basically puts out a hand behind her. And she goes, "Stop. We're here.
Why are we stopping?
We're here.
So, that means we go inside.
This isn't..." She looks at you and turns, and she's like whispering, "This is an orc tribe. There's more than one. There's more than two. There's usually about 12 or more.
But there are 8 of us.
Yes, there's a good number of us, but we don't know where they have our friend."
I pull out my invisibility ball.
Oh, wait. Guys. Spark, you do the thing.
What?
Do the
What?
thing.
Okay. I bite down on the invisibility ball.
Okay, you bite down on the invisibility ball. All 3 of the elves just kind of like look around very quizzically. Where did he go?
That's the thing. He can do recon. He's invisible. And orcs are stupid.
Can probably also kill you by looking at you, but you know.
Thalia looks over at the dark-skinned elf and says, "Heolan, kill the light." But so basically she
Take
puts
the
out,
light and stab it in the back.
yeah, she says basically, put out the flame. And so she takes her hand, licks her fingers, and on the wick of their lantern. So you guys are standing in basically in darkness. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust. I assume dogs have low light vision, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So it is dimly lit around the area. You can only see about 30 feet away from the village. Otherwise, you are in dark. What do you do, Spark? And what does everyone else do?
So I can go into the village and do recon while holding this so that I am invisible.
Okay, so you're planning on going into the village and snicking around?
Yes.
Other druid,
Yes.
do you have animal companion?
He looks at you and he kind of looks sad. "No, I do not.
Would you like to be my friend?
I would very much like to be your friend."
Okay.
I'm assuming you guys gave your names to these people at some point.
Yeah, you asked, or you as them asked us what our names were.
Did I?
Yeah, like 15 minutes ago.
I think so.
Did those words come out of my mouth?
Mayhap.
Yes.
I don't feel
believe-
like it did. Maybe I
Yes.
did. I
Yeah.
like forget
We're
this
gonna
kind
go
of stuff.
yes.
Yeah, we'll go with yes. Okay. He says, "I would very much like to be your friend, Copper."
Oh, can you turn into animal? You're a
Yes.
druid. Oh, okay. Just wanted to know. I am
Okay.
already an animal, so I can't.
Okay. He says, "Yes, I can." And he kind of snaps his fingers and you kind of see his form begin to change.
No, don't do it. You can only do it so much.
And he basically, you see his form kind of shrink down and he becomes like this barn owl, basically.
Oh. Ooh.
Yes, who.
Who are you? Who?
Chalet.
Oh, it was a pun. Okay.
Okay, so Chalet kind of flies up into the air and you see him take off and he is doing reconnaissance overhead. And you all can make perception checks really quick. And Spark, I'll get to you in a second.
Okay. Am I still making a perception check then or no?
Yeah, you can make perception checks.
Better.
Yay! You rolled pretty good.
Okay.
So I rolled a 18 total.
Crystal, what did you roll?
I have a... Oh, wait, that's quick math. 12.
Okay, a 12?
I've got a 15.
Thank you, Wilson. And Spark or Kent, what did you roll?
I rolled a 15.
Before Spark heads into the village, you all can hear like this deep guttural roar sound that kind of comes out. Roar sound coming from the center of the village. And then you hear a lot of other roars in the same manner respond. And then you start to hear like this drumming sound.
Is that just me, or does that sound like the start of a ritual?
That sounds like the start of a war raid.
Okay.
I'm picturing a war rave in my head, and there's oh god, that's amusing.
All I heard was war rave instead of rave.
Oh, I heard it as rave as
raid.
well. I didn't hear
That's
it as
even
raid.
better.
Oh, that makes
That's
so
like
much more
the,
sense.
That's like the scene in the original Matrix when they have the rave underground.
Oh my God.
Exactly. That is exactly what I should have. Exactly.
Or no, it's the Mad Max Fury Road.
All right.
The entire movie.
So, Spark, you head into the village, I'm assuming? Or the tribe?
Yes, I'm heading towards the whatever the buildings, outcroppings, whatever they are, while invisible.
As you start to head into like this village or tribe, what would you call a tribe? Would it be a village?
Tribe. I would say tribe. If
Okay.
it's 12, a tribe or a band.
A band, almost like an encampment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there is this like roughly patched together wooden wall that kind of surrounds these tents as you walk in, and they are like really rough looking tents. They have tears. They weren't really cleanly cut, so like edges of the leather or the hide is just kind of haphazardly thrown over, and you just see layers of this. And as you walk in, you see that there are kind of barrels seated on the side and a bunch of other objects. Like you see a barrel filled with food. It looks kind of like they took this from some other adventurers. And they're relatively well lit because there's a lot of sconces that have been lit around the area. And as you get towards the center of this encampment, you see a group of these orcs. There are probably 7 or 8 of them kind of standing outside in a circle. And you see that they are playing with something in the center.
I'm going to roll perception to see what that
Wait,
thing
you're
is.
not in there.
Yeah, only
Oh.
Spark's there. And
I'm sorry.
the druid who's an owl flying
Yeah, the
above.
druid is flying up above.
I get closer while staying hidden to see what they're playing with.
Now, if you guys wanted to go in, you could, but you would
have to roll stealth.
Yeah, that's up. It's up to you if you want to go in.
Wait. I'm super small. They'll never find me. I'm going in. Stealthily.
Don't die.
They might smell you.
Stas, you're
Wait.
black.
That's true.
That's
so
racist.
I'd be at bonuses for stealth because it is night.
Not really, but D&D doesn't do bonuses. Really, it does advantage or disadvantage. You might be at advantage.
I feel like he should be. I feel like I should be too because I'm really tiny.
Sure, I'll let you have advantage because
Right,
you're
let's
like
do
a rat. They would
I
eat
know. Exactly.
and
Don't know.
catch.
All right, let's do it.
Just try to pick her up, rip her head
Dinner.
off.
That's fine. Don't worry. I'll be good. Tony will protect me.
Okay, so you guys are going to roll your stealth. Let me know in a second. So you are getting closer to the center of the circle, and you guys are coming in, I'm going to say after him because we're making this decision afterwards. The elves do see you guys going in, and they also follow your lead, and they start to... Ooh, that was a crit on Thalia.
Good or bad?
A crit?
It could be bad.
Sometimes when
Was
people
it a
say
crit
crit, I.
fail?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I wasn't rolling for anyone's perceptions. I promise. Not yet.
Okay. Good thing I rolled high.
All right, so they're sneaking in behind with you guys. And Spark, you see as you get closer, did you roll a perception already for that?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Perception. I rolled a.
Okay.
Someone just killed me.
Oh no.
No, you're
in my
okay.
life.
You're okay. So as you get closer to like the center of this, I know you're saying you're staying towards the back. Roll your stealth as you get closer, please.
I rolled a 16.
Okay. So you manage to be very quiet. You almost bump into like this pile of pots and pans that are haphazardly stacked right where you were about to hide in, but you notice them in time. because you were being
Why
very
are all
careful.
these pots and pans out here?
You say this out loud.
No, I'm thinking this. I'm thinking to myself, why are all these pots and pans just out here in the middle of this village? I'm very confused.
But you get closer and you can't see what they're doing in the center of this circle. You just hear them basically start pounding on their chests and letting out these guttural roars.
Is there a better vantage point for me to see this from
All the tents
while
are
staying
kind
hidden?
of, yeah. So all the tents are kind of surrounding this central area in a circular pattern, and they're all made of cloth. And it looks like almost all the items and objects that are around are kind of stacked haphazardly. You could potentially try and climb those to get on top of a tent.
I'll roll perception to see if if I think the tents are strong enough to hold me. I rolled a 21.
I feel like that would be more of like an insight check almost, or survival.
Insight. Either way, it's just a +1 for me.
Yeah. I mean, you can look at it, but no, you know what? I feel like that'd be more of an investigation because you can look at something and it looks sturdy. But if you really want to know if something's sturdy, you're going to have to really examine it. So we'll say your perception tells you like they look sturdy enough, but that's based on just like looking at them. Like you don't see that it should be a problem if you just jump onto them.
Okay, I use. What should I?
You could take a closer look at them. That would take time. Or you could just try to climb up on them, and that would be a climb check or an athletics.
Let's see. How does the second story work? But it still has negative.
Oh, as a
2.
as a rogue.
Or is it second story work? When you choose this archetype, climbing no longer costs you an extra movement. Okay, so it doesn't.
It doesn't give you
When you make a
advantage
running-
or anything.
It doesn't give you advantage or
Okay.
anything. It's just basically when you're trying to climb, you don't have to take an extra move action to do so.
Okay, so I'm afraid to do this because it's in -2.
What, your athletics?
Yes,
Ooh, yeah, that's what happens when you put that as your lowest stat.
I know. This is not good. I continue to circle around because I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Okay, so while you do that, you can roll another stealth check, and I'm going to go back to the other guys, and I'll let you know what happens.
Okay, I rolled a 21 stealth.
Okay, so you're still stealthing around. You're very quiet, and you're just kind of moving around, trying to position yourself better. All right, gentlemen, you make it into this encampment, and you are sneaking through, and the 2 elves are following behind you, and you can see, if you looked up to the sky, you can see the owl druid Chele kind of flying overhead, circling, and you can't even hear him. Did you know owls make almost no sound when they fly?
Yes.
It's creepy.
It is.
You guys are sneaking in, and you see the same thing that Spark saw, is this encircling of orcs. You know, this sucks. It's really hard to not describe too many colors to you guys because dogs can't percept colors
How
as
many
well.
are there?
There are 7 or 8 of them.
We could take them.
You could take them, maybe. Okay.
How about we strategize for
We sneak up on them and we bite their ankles off.
a little more detailed than that, but okay.
Thalia begins to kind of signal with her hands to the other elf in almost like a sign language kind of pattern. And she points to her left, and Leolan breaks off to that left side. And they begin to kind of sneak behind the tents and walls of the encampment and move around and trying to kind of encircle this area as well as just kind of observe it a little bit more.
I try and follow Thalia,
Okay.
because she seems like she actually knows what she's doing.
Okay. So, little one, be quiet.
Do you think we could take him?
I'm not sure. I'm checking to see if there's a chieftain or anything nearby.
With the element of surprise, I think we got this.
Okay. So you say that to her. What is Wilson doing?
I'm just gonna wait for a signal, because as soon as I do, if I get it, I've got this really cool druid ability, so I can summon more.
Of what?
Of what? Yeah.
Whatever's in the area, apparently. So it's
What?
it's a druid ability. It's really cool.
So, like, if there's a bear in the area, you can magically make more bears.
Well, not more bears, but they come to help us. So it's called
okay.
Bond of the Wild Blood.
Okay.
Once per short rest, I can call 1d3 of nearby creatures to aid us in a combat. Since druids normally turn into animals, but we're already animals, they just get us more animals.
Oh.
So whatever animals in the area. So it could be a bear, it could be a wolf, it could also be 3 chipmunks. It depends.
So, Wilson, what you're trying to tell me is you're trying to summon a rodent army.
Well, actually only a D3 of them. It's more like a small grouping.
Wilson.
I'm not trying to go for chipmunks. I'm just saying if that's the closest thing, that's technically what gets here.
Wilson. What is that gonna do?
Well, gouge their eyes out. I don't know.
Oh, do you have control over these creatures?
So it says they aid you.
Okay.
So I guess they would help us in combat at the very least. Because,
All right.
We're all connected.
Okay. So, Wilson, where are you going? Are you falling behind Crystal and Thalia? Are you just sticking with Stas?
Well, if we're trying to encircle them and they're moving, we should stay put. That way we have a flanking bonus.
So, Spark, you kind of maneuver your way to the back of them, and you can perception check really quick to see if you notice your compatriots kind of moving through, because they're also pretty stealth right now. You all sent them in to go do an investigation. He's not ready for you to fight.
Who?
Spark.
Oh.
This is not a very well coordinated plan.
Great plan.
Nope.
It's terrible.
It's a very bad plan.
It is very bad.
Or dogs. What did you expect?
Yo, you're Daniel.
They're
I
supposed to
expect
be
more.
enlightened dogs. Supposed to be smart.
Boom. Okay, I'm sorry, Daniel.
It's fine. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm dad.
Oh my God, it's painful.
Puns. Gotta love them.
Oh, look, it's painful. It's been a
All
while
right,
since I've seen painful.
Claire, can you make your perception check really quick?
Perception 20.
Okay, excellent. All right.
Nice.
You do notice your compatriots kind of moving around on the outside. You catch just a small glimpse of them, and you do see kind of like this glint of steel on the back of Thalia, and you see the owl circling overhead. Would your character assume that they're going to do an attack or no?
Yes.
Okay.
I maneuver into flanking position.
So you guys are surrounding the circle.
Encircling
the circle.
But, Spark, you do see, however, after getting into a better position, you kind of found some crates that you could kind of poke your head over and climb up on without them noticing you. Without them noticing you.
Double check that.
You see that there is this massively beaten creature kind of just being tossed about in the center, where there is an orc standing in the center who is grabbing this humanoid by the leg and kind of throwing him over his shoulder and slamming him into the ground. And he does this multiple times. And this orc kind of stands the creature up. You can barely tell that it's human anymore because its body is just so beaten and bruised, and there's just broken bone hanging out of his arm. Like his leg is bent in a way that no leg should ever be bent. But they stand him up and then they push him over and they just laugh at him. And you assume that this is
I assume that's a human.
a captive of the orcs, but he may not be alive for long.
So when it looks like everybody else is getting ready to attack, which seems like it is very soon, I begin incessant barking.
Okay, so you just start incessantly barking.
So that when the other people, when everybody else attacks, they will have their backs turned to them.
Okay, so you are basically going to delay any action you take, or no, ready an action, basically.
Yeah. Well, it says,
Well,
you have a bark that is hard to ignore, driving foes to distraction. Once prolonged rescue may affect all creatures within a 15-foot cube.
okay, so they have no idea what you're planning on doing. So if you're waiting for them to attack, this is going to be very interesting. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to wait and see what you guys do.
Which one of the elves is closest to Stas?
The only one that's really close to you at this point would be Chele, who's in the air and flying overhead, but it looks like he's kind of circling above and he's coming down closer towards you. But the only other one that is close to you is Leolan, who went left instead of going right with Thalia.
Do I see her or?
No, you do not see her.
Okay. So I can't visually ask, is this the guy? Is this not?
Well, Somebody's got to do something.
Well, we don't know what this guy looks like, so it's kind of the elves. I'm being subtle about who should act first.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. They're being also cautious.
Who's the big guy throwing someone around?
You guys didn't make a perception for that.
Oh, I'm now making a perception check to see a big guy throwing someone around.
Legitimately. You didn't make that as a check.
Listen, 16 on my perception.
Okay.
I'll make a perception. It's 12 total.
Crystal, you see feet. You are short. You
I see all the feet.
you see feet. You see small feet, and then you see big feet.
Ooh, the big feet. Who's got the biggest feet?
The biggest feet are in the center.
Ooh, I want to Eldritch Bark at him.
Okay, you're going to start with an Eldritch Bark. Got it.
The only way to start combat.
Okay. You Eldritch Bark. And
Right
as
at
you
his
do,
face.
you blast away the covering that you had in the area, and it flies towards the orcs, and it hits a few of them in the back, and they all turn. Roll for initiative.
Yes. Okay. Do I do any damage with my bark?
Wait, that went the
5.
exact opposite way. I thought they were supposed to be facing me.
Well, you're going to distract them now that I've started everything, and then I'm going to hide again.
Well, because mine was because mine was supposed to affect them too. Because
Well,
it was like,
It's too late.
I don't know.
Crystal's already done an Eldritch Bark. I would like to know everybody's
Aha.
initiatives.
22. Get at me.
22 for Crystal.
19 total.
Spark, what is your initiative?
Hold on, I was trying to find it.
That's okay.
15.
Wilson, what's your initiative?
4.
All right. I don't know if you guys are ready for this, but let's do it.
Probably not.
You have a clearer picture of this battlefield now that the orcs have kind of turned towards you. You see that there are actually 9 of them. And in the center, there is a larger orc that has armor kind of sitting on top of him. Not sitting on top of him, but he's wearing armor. He has this nasty snarled look and one tooth that kind of pokes out on the corner side. And all the other orcs kind of roar at you guys. And Crystal, you are going first.
Aha. Okay. Isn't there a disengage action to run away?
I'm gonna kill that character.
There is basically a disengage action, yes.
Okay, I want to run and hide in a tent.
Okay.
I'm going to kill
Hey,
this
no.
character.
You're fine. Listen, because they don't know where you are. I'm the only one who they knows here.
And Copper.
And Thalia.
Oh, okay, they know who Thalia is. Okay, can I move?
Swear.
So I'm gonna bark and run. So I'm gonna do another Eldritch Bark, and then I'm gonna run and hide in a tent.
Snow, who should kill the character first, you or I?
Okay, which orc's closest
I
to
can't
me?
answer that question because
We'll get to it afterwards.
Which orc's closest to me?
the 3 who are in the front of the circle, they've all just turned and they are starting to move towards you.
Okay, I Eldritch Bark at one of them, the one closest to me. I don't care which one, because I assumed I hit one of them, since you said I bark hit 3. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I Eldritch Bark towards them again, and then I run and hide in a tent.
Okay. How much does your Eldritch Bark do?
My Eldritch Bark is going to do 11 damage.
So you do 11 damage to 3 orcs up front,
Boom roasted.
which kind of pushes them back a little bit, and they fall into this larger orc and 2 other orcs that are beside them. It's almost like dominoes, except they don't all fall over. The 2 orcs that catch the ones that fell into them, and the larger orc just takes the one that fell into him, and he grabs it by the head, and he crushes its head in with his hand, and he throws it at you.
I feel like we're fine.
Don't worry, that's just like improvised damage, you know?
Oh, okay.
Like 300-pound body coming down on you. We're gonna roll.
Does he hit?
What's your AC?
Bad. 12.
It hits.
Ow.
Ow.
I mean, how else am I supposed to respond? How much damage does it do?
6 damage.
That's not bad.
Basically, what happens is the body lands. It doesn't land directly on top of you. It lands just on the tail end of you. But you're able to swiggle out. Like, you almost get caught underneath of its neck, but you're able to swivel out. It just kind of knocks you on the butt.
Quantic trembling.
Okay. And then, Stas, it is your turn.
So they're facing Crystal.
They are all facing Crystal
So
and
that's like-
Thalia.
So Crystal's facing this way. I'm like 90 degrees to them or so, or where am I in comparison to them?
Okay. Do you want me to? I'll draw something on the map.
That would be fantastic.
Just basically positioning. It's a terrible circle. We're not gonna judge my artwork.
I think it's a great circles now.
Thank you.
They probably wouldn't be making a super tight, well done circle anyway.
Does this make more sense to you?
Significantly.
Okay, Daniel needs visuals. I was trying to do theater of the mind. It's fine. I can describe better. So Daniel, it is your turn.
They're not close to me, so I guess it's time to use the longbow.
Why do you sound so sad?
guess it's time to use the longbow.
Okay, so roll to hit.
Crit. Good
Okay,
crit.
so you hit. Who are you shooting?
I'm going to try and hit their main guy. I may regret that decision.
Okay, you can shoot an arrow and you shoot and you hit him. Roll your damage.
1d8.
Roll your damage twice for crit.
10 total. But because I have Horde Breaker, that's a group of people, I can shoot another one.
If they're within 5 feet of each other.
Are they?
15 feet. No.
Dang it. I tried.
Horde breaker is only if like they're right. It's basically like a horde, so the screen is like filled. Like if he was next to him, yeah, it'd basically be like a bouncing arrow.
Okay.
So, did you roll your damage?
Yes.
What was your damage?
10 total.
How do you fire this arrow as a dog?
Like
You know,
any
I
dog
probably
would.
should have thought of that, but I haven't.
All right, I can describe it for you if you want me to.
Sure.
Okay. I gave Spark the opportunity for this really cool thing, so I'm going to give it to Daniel instead. Stas, you knock the arrow with your teeth, and you kind of keep one paw on the ground as you do, and you grab the drawstring of the bow, and you lift up with your front paw. Actually, no, I'll have you do it with your hind paw. You jump up in the air, and you pull back on the drawstring with your mouth, and then you let the arrow fly, and it lands right in this giant orc's deltoid on his right side. It just kind of thunks in there and it burrows in. You can see like about, let me see, your arrow's what, right, 2 feet?
Yeah, something like
Arrow's
that.
usually about 2 feet. It goes in about a solid foot.
Ooh,
Nice crit.
that's... Ooh.
Yeah,
Just thinking all the internal damage. I'm like, oh, that's going to be fun to move.
right? But the arrow does not pierce all the way through his arm.
I'm a sad boy.
Boy got thick arm. Thick arm. Okay, but you just hear him go, "Raw!" And he turns his face and faces you.
Hi.
The other orcs now know your presence. Mwahaha. And then it is going to be Spark's turn.
My turn. Well, looks like I don't have any vantage point to shoot at the big one because he's being blocked by this other one.
Yeah, because there is an orc that's basically directly in front of you, blocking your shot to the larger orc.
I go to attack. I guess all my stuff is kind of the same. I suppose I'll use my short bow to attack the one that's closest to me.
You can roll your attack, roll a hit. We take the first roll on that, and that's a 14 to hit. And you're shooting that orc, and it does hit. The arrow thunks into the back of its neck and is kind of sticking out. You can roll your damage. The thing about orcs is they have really thick skin and like really muscular.
six.
So like when it hit in the back of his neck, it's almost like getting a splinter stuck in your finger.
It's still unpleasant.
Yeah, it's unpleasant. It won't kill him.
Still does damage. Gosh.
Probably can't turn his neck all the way. Okay, so he takes 6 damage.
Yes.
And it kind of turns and it looks at you with this look of rage in its eyes. The big orc narrows its eyes and it focuses in on Stas.
I'm a dead boy, aren't I?
And he...
Oh, that's concerning.
he charges at you.
Huh?
And he takes his great axe. When he reaches you, he takes it and he swings it down and he is going to roll to hit you. Does a 15 hit.
I don't think our AC is that high. Maybe Daniel's.
My AC is 13, so it does hit.
He takes down this great axe that he had off his back and he brings it down on top of you. And he basically slashes against your back and leaves a nice gash on there. And he does 13 damage to you.
I guess Stas would yelp because that hurt.
And he is going to stay where he is and he is going to focus on you. Thankfully, Chelly is over top of you. He does swoop down. He tries to basically use his talons to grab at this orc on top of his head. And he digs his talons in and he does 3 damage.
I was gonna guess it.
Well, that's what happens when you go into bird form. And now it is Leland. Leland is going... Oh, crap. Which one is Leland? Good job, me. Okay. Leland charges out from over yonder. And she charges to the orc that is next to the one that you were attacking, Spark. So it's on its right side. So she goes over and she draws her sword and she basically rams it through its stomach and kind of holds it there and just kind of shoves it in a little bit more. Thalia fires an arrow. She hits, and she is shooting the one that is directly across from Crystal. That is, it looks pretty hurt already, so she fires an arrow at it, and basically the arrow hits it directly in the center of the forehead, and the orc that was holding it tries to catch the body of this orc as it falls limp in its hands. It looks down at its fallen brethren, and it lets out this wail and shriek that kind of makes the hackles on your neck stand up again, like it happened when you were in the village.
Right.
Next is Hopper.
Okay, so I'm just gonna use that Call of the Wild Blood to summon 3. I don't know 3 what, but I'm summoning 3 of them. Standard action.
Okay. I'm not going to roll a die. I'm going to let you be the one that picks this.
Oh.
All right?
Yeah.
Pick a number.
Okay.
Between 1 and 4.
3.
Okay. 3 raccoons pop their heads out from basically the orc trash and refuse pile that is around the camp. And you just hear this kind of like, I don't know what raccoons sound like, but there's a very distinct sound as they charge into battle. Yes. You got 3 coming in for you.
Awesome.
Okay, so now I gotta add 3 raccoons.
3.
I hate you. I don't know how much damage a raccoon does. Raccoons times 3. Okay, you know what?
Just out of curiosity, what were my other options?
A bear.
Dang it. Which one was the bear?
4.
Oh, I was thinking 4.
What was 2 and 1?
Sparrows was 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
2, you would have gotten really unlucky with 2. Because I was thinking fish, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick with that.
I wouldn't mind fish. Fish sounds fun.
What would they do?
They just
I don't know,
flop on the
man.
ground. It'd be like getting a Goldine.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
Nah,
God.
you get a bunch of Magikarps, man. What are you on about?
Yeah, Magikarp's flopping around on the ground. They use splash.
Yeah,
You
that's literally all you do.
splash. Oh, that would have been hilarious. But yes, now you have 3
There's no water.
raccoons. Combat. Okay, is that all you're going to do, Copper? Because that was 1 standard action. You do get a move action.
I move towards them. I'm fine. I fight.
Where are you going to move towards them?
Where
How
am
close?
I?
Because you are right here.
Okay. In front of my other doggo friend to make sure he's safe.
Orc's turn.
We're fine.
I'm sorry, I'm making them all go as a group.
Against me?
No! They're just going to pick their targets. I mean, I'm just saying that they all go last, and I roll a D8, and I figure out who to hit. Not all.
Whoa. Not a D8.
Not a D8. What?
Not a D8. We have 3 raccoons.
The raccoons don't count.
What do you mean? They're not going to attack the raccoons?
I'm not counting the raccoons.
Why are we counting raccoons? Raccoons should be counted.
Wilson, I'm not. Okay, you want me to put in.
Raccoon lives matter, man. That's 10. It's 10 total.
Okay, fine. I will roll a D10, and the raccoons count towards Wilson.
What?
Because that's how it's going to work.
No, that's not how that works.
All right, D10, let's go.
I don't like this.
Don't worry, I'm just going to roll based on what I have here. Wilson, they're going at. So, out of the orcs remaining, 3 of them are going to go after you, Wilson. Wilson, what's your AC?
Not high. 15.
Higher than mine.
2 of them miss. So 2 orcs, basically, they take these long spear-like objects that are javelins, and they basically throw them at you.
Oh boy, the stick.
And they miss. One lands in front of you, one lands directly behind you. And the other orc that is right here, so these 2 are the ones that threw the javelins. They missed completely. The other one comes up to you, and he hits, and he swings, and you take 9 damage. You basically get a nice gash on your front chest.
Oh no.
Now, for the next group of 3, 1, 2, 2, and 3. I'm going to determine who they hit or who they're going to try and go after. Wilson,
What do you need?
they're going after you.
Me again?
Yep.
Why? Did it target the raccoons?
You targeted the raccoon.
When are they gonna do anything? Or are they just
Hey, they'll gouge your eyes out.
Okay, so
Eventually.
Wilson, they're also going. They can throw their javelins up to 120 feet.
Oh.
So, yeah, they're gonna swing, miss. Oh my gosh, the same number.
How much damage?
Okay, you
Wait,
take.
so I took 9 before.
You took 9 damage before. That was from the great axe, and then I'm gonna roll this. You get hit by a javelin that comes kind of flying out, which grazes your right shoulder,
Ow.
and you take 6 damage.
Ow.
All right, and then for the last group of 2, because one of them is already dead.
One better not hit me.
Okay, listen, you said you wanted me to do a D10 because you wanted me to include the squirrels. I didn't want to, the raccoons. I don't want to include the raccoons. Therefore, I'm giving you sass, like it or not. They are not going after Copper.
Oh, thank goodness. I have 5 HP left.
Are you serious?
Yes! We only have 20 HP total.
You better hurry this combat up.
Rip.
Trying to.
Okay. Well, you may need to take a disengage action, Wilson.
I may need to.
Okay. I don't know why you would stand in front of the little dog.
What? Because the little dog could get hurt.
Wilson, Crystal can handle herself. She's a big, strong.
I thought that
She's
was
a
Spark
small,
there.
strong,
I thought that was
independent.
Spark. I was with
Doggo.
Crystal.
No, you're with Crystal.
Oh.
That's not.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Crystal. You're protecting Crystal. She's a strong, small, independent carrier
Thing.
thing.
It doesn't need no man.
Yeah. Okay. So they're actually going to throw their javelins at Thalia. They are now basically disarmed. She takes 9 damage. She has 29 health though. So now we are back up. Oh no! It's the raccoon's turn. Yes. So basically, what happens is you just see
What does
these
the
raccoons
raccoon say?
come flying off of the tops of the tents, and they come and they hit these 3 orcs right here, and you just hear. I'm sorry, listeners.
It's gonna be a pain to edit out in post.
That's actually not
miss.
terribly off of what they sound like.
Ooh, okay. So Wilson, one of the raccoons, as it goes and it flies, it's not a flying raccoon or anything, but as it basically leaps off the top of a tent, one of the javelins comes flying and it hits the raccoon and it pins it.
Oh.
It crit failed.
It tried its hardest, man.
It's dead. You've lost a raccoon.
We still have 2.
Oh no.
Keep going.
We still have 2.
Oh, you better bury that poor thing or eat it, one or the other.
I'll eat it.
Okay, and then the last one, they all miss, but they land on top and they are enough of a distraction that I would love to give a status effect. We will say that they are stunned. They miss doing any damage, but they land on top of 2 of the orcs' heads and they stun the 2 that are closest to Crystal and Copper, and one is also kind of close to you, Spark. So now it is Crystal's turn.
Right, listen. There's only one thing that a warlock can do in this game. The Eldritch Bark.
Oh my gosh, wait, hold on. No, okay, do it. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I'm currently standing in front of someone, so that'd be stupid. Duh. So I move
You're
a little.
standing in front of someone?
Well, behind. Behind is what I meant to say.
I was about to say, are you going to Eldritch Bark, Wilson?
No. You're not listening. Listen, Snow. You need to listen. You use your listening ears, okay? I'm going to stand a little to the left.
I have a question, Crystal.
Yeah.
Does Eldritch Bark come out as a cone shape?
No, I don't know why you were saying it did. I'm pretty sure it's single target unless otherwise specified.
Oh, it's otherwise specified?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
120 feet?
Single target. 120-foot cone would be stupid.
I'm looking this up.
Well, I mean, Eldritch Bark is just the name I gave it because I thought
I
it'd be
know what
cuter.
it is. It's Eldritch Blast.
Yeah. As long as you understand.
A beam of crackling energy streaks towards a creature within range. All right, so basically, it's not really a bark. It's lightning that shoots out of your mouth.
Whenever I...
Wait, so basically, Crystal, you're a dragon.
Yeah, I'm a dragon chihuahua. Wait, can I do an intimidate check?
I want to intimidate them.
You may try to intimidate.
Yes.
Who are you trying to intimidate? All of them?
All of them. They're all going to fear me.
Okay, so the ones that are farthest away from you are at advantage,
Okay.
but the ones that are close will roll normally.
Right.
So you may go ahead and try.
So I'm going to attack them, and then I'm going to intimidate, correct?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I don't have to roll to hit, so I'm just rolling for my intimidate. Okay. I do 9 damage.
Which one are you attacking?
The closest one. I don't care.
Oh, I need to know which one you're attacking.
Directly to my right.
Ah, that's the response you get.
Is it intimidated by this chihuahua spitting lightning?
Did you roll an intimidate check?
Yes, I did.
What was your intimidate?
It was 10.
I would like you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
But why? Okay, I'm good at those.
What was yours?
Boom, roasted. I need to pull up my wisdom real quick. I don't know where it is on the thingamabopper, but 17.
You bark at it in an attempt to intimidate it, and then it also roars back at you in an attempt to intimidate you.
Who
You
wins?
cancel each other out. It's amazing.
Ah, dang.
Okay, next is Stas.
I should probably run because I'm going to die if I get hit by anything else.
Are you? What's your HP?
9.
What did you roll when you rolled? What did you roll for your health?
22 total.
And
Unless
how
I
much-
rolled it wrong.
How much damage did you take?
13.
Okay.
22 minus 13 is 9.
Took a
Okay.
lot.
Yep, that is a lot.
Metric butt ton of damage.
Metric.
Butt ton. Say it.
Metric.
Butt ton.
Wilson, you can say the butt ton.
I don't particularly want to.
Exactly.
Okay, good talk.
Butt ton. Giggity.
That wrong show.
Hmm.
All right, come on. We got this. So what are you going to do?
I'm probably going to try and run away and
So
Or
you are
move
going to move
far-
away?
I'm going to try and find a place that I can heal myself. So,
Okay. So if you step out of range of this orc, he is going to get an attack of opportunity on you. If you step away from him without taking a disengage action.
So
The disengage action?
Well, I mean, where is he on the map? Compared to like Wilson.
He's literally right on him.
Oh, well, there's a lot of orcs. Where are the elves? Are they not doing anything? Those slackers?
No, I just didn't put them on the map.
Well, I need to know where they are. Gosh,
I just didn't put them.
it matters.
There. Does that make you feel better? I'm not putting raccoons on this.
Why not?
I'm not going through and getting the raccoons.
Raccoons are great, man. Don't
Okay,
roast them.
moving on.
I would appreciate the raccoons.
Snow kind of looks at Wilson. Dang it.
I mean, at least the two.
Fine, I'll put the raccoons on.
At
Man.
least the 2 alive ones.
This one's sitting on this one's face. This one's sitting on this one's face. And this one is dead. Okay? Are you happy, Wilson? Are you
I think they're kinda cute.
satisfied? You know what? I can't kill it. There, now it's dead. There. So back to Daniel before I was interrupted. Are you going to disengage? Because if you don't take a disengage action, he will get an attack of opportunity on you, which
Then-
could kill you.
yes. So yes, I am going to take a disengage action.
So that would be your full turn.
So do I?
So basically what happens is a disengage action takes your standard move action. You get to move away, and as you do, it will not provoke an attack of opportunity as long as you are disengaging from the battle, and it won't attack. You won't get proc for attack of opportunity for the rest of this turn.
Okay.
So where are you going to move to disengage?
Are there some like tents or?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of
some-
tents.
Um.
The whole area is encircled by tents. The center area is basically a giant circle surrounded by a bunch of other tents.
Mhm.
And a lot of these tents have stolen items from traveling merchants and people that they've basically robbed.
So I'm going to pick a tent that casts a large enough shadow or a dark enough shadow for me to hide around. Does that make sense?
So are you trying to completely disengage from combat?
For the moment, yes.
Okay. So you are completely disengaging from combat. I mean, there are plenty of tents that you can go and hide in if that's what your character would choose to do.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So you basically back out with your teeth and you're snarling. at this orc. And as you back away, your shoulders are low and you look like you're ready to pounce if anything should happen. But you do manage to back away from combat and into the shadows of a nearby tent.
Poof.
That doesn't mean you're invisible. It means he can still come after you. He's just going to attack you right now. So that was in the matter of like 6 seconds. And now it is Spark's turn.
Okay. So I suppose I'll run up to the one nearest to me and attack him with my something. What do I have? My rapier.
Okay. So you're going to go to the one that is directly in front of you and you're going to swing at it. Please roll to hit.
I rolled a 14.
You hit. Please roll your damage.
9.
You take your rapier and you poke him in the belly. And as you do,
Does he explode?
you drag basically your rapier down across his belly. And as you do, his internal organs kind of spew out from the inside as you kind of tear through that inner lining that would of the muscle that would hold in those guts. And he falls over and he is dead.
As a doornail.
As a doornail, like that raccoon.
Success.
Okay. You do get another part of your move action since you only would have taken technically like a 5-foot move. You could finish that if you wanted to. You were basically on top of crates that were pretty close by, so I would let you take another move.
So I can just move in a direction?
You can move up to your speed in a direction.
Okay, how far are these squares here? I don't know how.
So each square here is about 5. This is a 5-foot step. This is 10. So they're 5 feet apart.
Who needs help?
Well, it's very clear that it looks like Crystal has definitely got things handled over here for the most part. You did see that the orc, the big orc that was basically going after your friend Stas, and that you saw him kind of disengage and run away from the action over here. And you know that he's kind of struggling, but there is an orc over here that Leolan is focusing on targeting as well. And this orc over here looks very hurt, like he is about to go down.
Okay, I want to take this one down.
Okay, so you can move towards him, but you would not be able to take an action until the next round.
Okay, well, can I be diagonal from him, or do I have to be square?
No, you can be diagonal. That's okay.
Okay, I move to be close to this one so I can be ready to attack.
Okay, so now it is going to be Chele. Chele is going to try. He did it. The owl swoops back up and then he flies down. He basically does a dive bomb on this large orc's head. And he takes his talons and he grabs into this orc's eye socket. And you see when he pulls back, the orc's eye is attached to the talon and he rips it out of this orc's skull. And then Leolan fires an arrow, and actually this orc... no, you know what? She'll fire at this orc since she realizes that you're going for the other one. She fires an arrow and that orc takes not enough damage, but it takes 6 damage. But it is also hurt. And then Thalia is also going to fire. She misses, though. And lands over here. It's Copper's turn.
Okay, Copper would cast Sri Laha, or whatever that is spell.
What?
Copper would cast Sri Laha, which is the spell that enables my wooden stick to become like lethal weapon.
Okay. Sri Laha?
I believe so.
Okay, we're gonna look this up later because
I don't know the
silly.
pronunciation.
It sounds silly.
But
okay,
that is...
Yes, you cast the spell.
Okay, so my stick now does a D8 damage.
Okay.
Plus
what does that spell count?
It's a cantrip.
It's a can't. Okay, I
think it's a regular action, but
okay.
I can still attack.
No, you can move.
I think so.
It takes your attack action, so you can move.
Oh.
Yeah. If you had a spell that takes a bonus action, then you could still attack and move.
It's a bonus action.
Okay, so if it takes a bonus action, you can still attack.
Okay.
But you don't get any other bonus actions.
That's fine.
So you can attack.
Then yeah, I just do so.
This is the closest orc to you. You are going to
smack it
roll
up.
to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Roll to hit, please.
17.
Okay, you do hit. Please roll your damage.
9.
So with the raccoon on its head trying to gnaw away, the orc was kind of swinging its arms up top, trying to rip this raccoon off who was dancing around on top of his head. And you take your stick, which kind of becomes like a staff, It kind of grows a little longer and feels more sturdy as you swing it, and you make contact with the skull of this orc, and you hear like this sickening crack sound, but it's not from your staff, it's from the orc's skull, and you can hear the bone inside of his head kind of crunch, and he falls over dead. And the raccoon just kind of goes and dances in joy on top of its head, and then it teabags it.
Oh, so this is Rocket, basically.
Yes.
Basically.
I'm okay with that. I am perfectly okay with that.
Okay.
Protect the raccoon.
Okay. So next, it is the orc's turn. This orc does not have a javelin anymore. He is busy actually trying to get this raccoon off his head. So I will let him swing at the raccoon. I was being spiteful, Wilson. I'm sorry.
Okay. I forgive you.
Okay. He takes the raccoon and he throws it, and he throws it so hard that it hits one of the wooden, would that be a palisade? No. Like never mind. It hits like one of the wooden pikes.
Yeah. If it's for defenses, that's a palisade.
It hits it, and its body kind of splatters against the wood. Yeah. I'm sorry, raccoon. This one also died over in this corner. They just all gonna die in the same area. It's fine. 'Tis fine. Okay. That was, that orc is then going to move towards you, Copper. And that would be that one's turn. And then these two are going to, I'm going to roll to see who they go after. These are going to go after the owl, and they're going to try and swing with their axe to hit, but they are at disadvantage because he is flying in the air and they are not tall enough. And they both miss. And then the two on the backside towards Leolan, they are going to try and hit her. Hit and a miss, and does 6 damage. The last orc is going to take a swing at you, Spark. He hits. He takes his great axe and he kind of hits you. He tries to basically slice you with it, but he hits you with the flat end of the blade. So basically he smacks you with it, and you don't take a full damage, but you do take 6 damage from it.
Ouch.
I did skip the big guy's turn, so I'm just going to say he takes his time kind of wandering through the tents looking for Stas. It is now Crystal's turn. Oh, wait, the last raccoon.
That's right. Don't forget about that. You can wait on me.
Okay. The raccoon finishes his teabagging ceremony. And then he runs and he scampers up the leg of this orc, and he begins to try and gnaw off his finger. And he completely fails and instead breaks 2 of his teeth.
Oh.
Sounds painful.
All right, Crystal, now it's your turn.
I mean, I don't really know. Just when in Warlock, Eldritch Bark. Let me. I don't know why I keep looking at your map. I have my own map. Listen. I'm gonna Eldritch Bark at the.
There's one orc.
The orc right in front of right next to Wilson and the Elvish archer lady.
Do it.
And bark at it.
Do it. Do it.
I just did. Do it.
Damage.
Oh, you want the damage?
Do it.
Do you do more than 6 damage?
I absolutely do.
It's dead.
Boom! Exploded its brains with lightning from my
I hate
mouth.
to tell you this, Crystal. Why are you always surrounded by so many dead bodies?
I'm making Tony proud.
Oh no! Oh no! We'll talk about this later. I'll tell the audience later too. It'll be great. We'll have a conversation.
Wink.
Okay. Wink. Okay. I'm sorry, Daniel. All right. Stas, it is your turn.
Big doggo bark.
You are hiding away in this tent right now, and you do see that the giant orc has come into the room. He pulls back one of the hides hanging in front. He pulls it back, and actually he just rips it off and throws it on the ground. Little doggy, come out, come out. This does surprise you. I will say that much, because orcs don't usually talk.
No, dogs don't usually talk either. so,
Exactly.
Are you trying to say orcs are stupid, Snow?
Yes.
No, but I'm trying to give you... Never mind. Never mind. I'm trying not to kill you all right now, because we've been working really hard.
The dice control the destiny.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Does that require a verbal or somatic component? I'm more concerned about the verbal.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to have to
Whisper it.
roll stealth.
Hey, Snow, where's the rule book? No, not the. I need the Dungeons and Doggos rule book.
I got a 23 total.
Okay, you hit. I mean, not you hit.
Nice, you hit.
I hit with stealth.
With
Okay.
stealth, then you startle him and
Okay,
kill him.
you are able to whisper very quietly, and surprisingly, it's kind of hard for a dog, but you do. Okay, so it's I believe it has a concentration check.
A creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. The spell has no effect on undead or constructs.
What level of healing is it?
I think it's a D8. What is this?
Was it cure wounds?
Yes. So spellcasting ability modifier. What is that?
That's your wisdom for if
It's just
you're a ranger.
yeah.
It's your wisdom modifier. Okay.
Plus, it's normally a D something. I think a D8.
It's
So
a
you roll
D8.
1d8 plus your modifier.
7 total.
Okay, so you heal yourself for 7.
Ooh.
Woo.
You might be able to take a hit now.
Okay.
Yay.
All right. You do have a move action left. So you can try and you are stealthed. I will count the whisper stealth as also like a regular stealth if you're trying to sneak out of there or out like the back, because there is a kind of slit in this tent, kind of blocked by a few barrels, but you might be able to get through it if you're very careful and quick.
All right. So I have to roll stealth to try and get out of there.
Nope, you already rolled your stealth. Would you like to do that? Or are you going to stick in this area? Because you are in a tent right now. So he's inside the tent. He just walked in, and he is basically getting cover as well, being inside this tent. So anybody who tried to shoot an arrow or anything would not be able to hit him.
Okay. So yeah, I guess I am going to try and get out.
Okay. I'm gonna roll just to see if he notices you, and he does not. He is too busy shouting, "Little doggy, where are you?"
Kind of terrifying, honestly.
It is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I tried. Okay. Next is going to be Spark. And I'm going to assume, how far do you go? Do you go all the way to your friends? Because
Well, I guess I'm going to try going
you
to
could.
another.
This is within your movement speed. I'm just going to say that you go up and you meet up with the other doggies instead of
Alrighty.
making you think about that too much. Okay, Spark, it's your turn.
I attack.
You attack. Okay, roll. Roll the hit.
I roll.
What do you attack with your rapier still?
Yes. Ah, there we go.
Okay,
22.
you hit and roll your damage. Yes,
11.
It's dead. It died.
He dead.
He did. As you basically stab
I
in,
move to the next one.
you just moved to the next one. So you basically are running and stabbing. You just do a running stab, and you draw your rapier across his back, and you just kind of see like bone and marrow kind of spew out from behind him. And now it is going to be Thalia. She hits. She's shooting. She actually moving over here, and she's going to shoot, and she shoots this one in front of you, Spark, and she kills it. So basically, like, you get ready to stab it, and it just kind of falls in front of you, and you look a little surprised, like, wait, did I
I
already
was
stab
going to
it?
kill it.
Yeah, exactly.
That was mine.
Okay,
I licked it.
Leolan is going to shoot at this one, and she hits. It looks very hurt, but the arrow basically thunks into the inside of its mouth and goes through its jaw. Chele is going to basically fly over to this one. He's going to attack. And he doesn't do any damage, but he shoves the eyeball inside of its mouth.
Delicious.
And the orc kind
Actually,
of closes.
no, wait. Delicioso.
Oh my god.
Delicioso.
So basically he closes his mouth around it, hoping to kind of catch the bird, but he catches the eyeball and it just kind of squishes down, and all this like goo and viscera kind of just run down the front of his face. And it is now Copper's turn.
Snow, wait, real quick, actually. Did I see where the big orc went?
You can roll a perception check.
Yeah, can I do that real quick? Thank you. 19.
Okay. You did notice that he was going after Stas and that he ran into a tent.
Okay. Then I guess do I see Stas? Can I smell Stas?
Stas is next to you.
Oh, friend.
Hi.
Okay. Are you hurt?
A little bit, but I have cure wounds, so I'm good, I guess.
Okay.
There's a guy behind me, and you should probably kill him. You should probably kill him.
Can try.
Okay, Copper. Come on, Wilson. What are you doing?
So I guess I'm the guy's distracted in the tent, so I'm not really gonna worry about him. I'm just gonna walk up to the next guy, the next orc that's closest, and hit him with my stick.
Please roll to hit.
Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, how much damage are you doing?
I'm going to do 9 damage again.
The raccoon is kind of hanging on for dear life as the orc is trying to shake it off of its hand. And you just see this little raccoon body kind of like two tiny little hands holding onto this giant finger, and its body's kind of like flying up in the air and then down, just like violently up and down, like a sack or a plastic bag in the wind. So you come up and you basically do a nut shot on this orc, and he kind of falls down to his knees and covers like his privets, and the raccoon kind of hops off of his finger and then runs up to the back of his neck. And I'm just going to let this raccoon take this action. Dang it, raccoon. The raccoon tries to chomp down on its neck, but because its 2 front fangs are broken, it can't pierce the skin. But that orc is injured. And now it is going to be the orc's turn. The orc kind of stands back up, and he's going to swipe at you, Wilson, and he's going to take his hand and he backhands you. He hits, and you take 5 damage.
Oof. Okay.
And you get pushed back.
Yeah.
10 feet from him. Okay, and then it is the other orc's turn. The orc is going to swat at the owl. They're at disadvantage. That is a crit fail, and he basically ends up falling back, and he ends up prone. Ooh, prone.
Ooh.
Okay, and then this orc is going to move to Leland and is going to swipe at her, and he crit. Oh boy. He does 13 damage. And Leland looks pretty hurt. She kind of falls back, and you can see that one of her arms is broken. It's the arm that's holding her bow. And now it is Crystal's turn.
Do I see the big guy?
The big guy is in the tent. He has not come out yet.
He hasn't come out yet? I'm not going to waste any time then with him then.
Wait, I forgot to take his turn.
Does he come out of the tent?
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Let me
Is that
roll.
his turn?
I forgot his turn.
I'm kind of scared now.
No, he crit failed. He is not coming out of the tent. He's
oh my
still
gosh,
looking
he's
inside
not
of the tent.
coming out of the tent anytime soon. I love it.
Little doggy, where are you?
Can we trap him in there?
Preferably, yes. Okay, I'm just going to Eldritch Bark the person who's currently attacking Leland because she's injured.
Okay, you're going to need to move into position.
Where do I need to move? I'll do that first, and then I'll Eldritch Bark.
Okay, let's just say you get over here, and this body's kind of like over here instead. You Eldritch Bark, and please roll damage.
I do like, ooh, 13 damage.
This arc of light streams out of your mouth and hits the orc in the back, and you just see kind of like this blackened body kind of stand there in like a cartoon fashion, like all shocked and whatnot, and then he falls over in a pile of flaming hot garbage. All right, it is Stas' turn.
Oh,
There are 2 orcs left. The large orc in the tent and the one orc. Or no, there are 3 orcs left. The one who got nutted and the other one.
I wouldn't want to be
miniature
nutted.
child.
That sounds painful.
Which is the elf that had the broken arm?
She is on the other side of the map, and she was next to this orc over here.
Okay. Can I try running over to her?
You can certainly do so. That would have to be a full round action to basically run to that side of the field.
Yeah, I'm
Because
gonna.
you can run up to double your move speed, but that would be your full round.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so you can do that. So that's Stas' turn. Spark, it's your turn now.
I run towards the other orcs.
Okay, you charge towards the other orcs. What do you do as you charge towards the other orcs? The other orcs!
Oh, the irks.
I attack
Okay,
one of them.
which one are you going to swing at? This
I
one?
guess.
It looks pretty hurt. He's also got a raccoon that's kind of gnawing on the back of his neck. And this orc that's next to you is just chewing on an eyeball right now. But he does not look hurt at all. Not a scratch on him.
I attack him.
Okay, you swing. Please roll to hit.
15.
Okay, that hits. Please roll your damage.
10.
Okay, just so we can speed things up a little bit. This orc, he does fall prey to your rapier. And you immediately just like
Yay.
swipe and you behead him, and his head kind of falls in front of you. And as his mouth is hanging open, the half-chewn eye kind of slinks out onto the ground
Yummy.
in like a slushy mess.
Ew.
So, Spark, you do succeed in slaying one of the final orcs in the area. Leland's turn. Leland is not going to take an action. She is going to try and patch herself up. Chele is going to fly over to where the raccoon is on, or where the orc is covered by raccoon flyingness.
Nice.
Yeah, who's being bitten by the raccoon. And he is going to try and hit. He misses. And he actually almost hits the raccoon. And all you hear him say is, sorry. And then it is Thalia's turn. Thalia is going to loose an arrow. She hits and she kills the orc with the raccoon on his head. And that, ladies and gentlemen, leaves no orcs left except for the giant orc in the tent, who comes out from within the tent. He sees the bodies of his brethren scattered over the ground, and he lets out a terrible roar. And he charges at Spark, and he is going to swipe at you. What was your AC again?
14.
14. He hits. And he takes his great axe and he swings it at you. And you take... Dang! That was a terrible roll. You take 5 damage as you get the chance to basically jump back, and he barely swipes and hits your chest, and you just see this thin line of red follow after his axe. And now it is the raccoon's turn.
Yeah, get him.
Okay, raccoon, let go! Oh no, I actually killed the raccoon on accident.
Oh, no, he's still there.
Okay, I fixed. Okay, raccoon, he scurries up and he tries and he bites and he actually sinks in his lower fangs on the thigh of this giant orc. And he does not much damage, but he will try. He does 4 damage.
I'm proud of that.
Crystal, it is your turn.
Alrighty, maggots. Why do you even ask? Well, actually, no. I'm going to do something different this time. Let me double check this, though. I got to read my spell. Nope.
Couldn't you have done that when we were taking a potty break?
Okay, well, listen.
Over a
This
week
is
ago?
a judgment-free zone. And... Okay, it's a bonus action. Cool. Ba-da-ba-ba,
What are you doing?
ba-da-ba.
What are you planning?
I'm going to hex him.
Okay.
So he has disadvantage on wisdom.
Okay. So now he will roll at disadvantage on his wisdom.
Great. And then that's my bonus action, by the way. And then for my standard action, I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Blast does 12 plus a d6 because of hex. So I do 15 total.
It does what? Because of what?
Okay, so Eldritch Blast is doing 12 damage, but because I hexed him, he takes an additional d6 damage whenever I hit him.
So what was this? What was the extra damage?
So it's an extra 3 damage.
So you have this arc of lightning that flies out of your mouth as you bark, and it hits the orc square in the forehead, and you kind of see like his mind just kind of gets a little fried. He looks very hurt, but he still stands there, and he shakes his head, and like just like this saliva kind of flies out of his mouth as he shakes his head, trying to catch his bearings. It is now, unless you want to take a move action, Crystal, it is now
No, I'm fine.
Stas' turn.
I'm gonna lob another arrow at him.
Okay, you're gonna lob an arrow at him?
Well, with the longbow, but you know what I mean.
I got you.
Just making sure you didn't take that as, oh, I'm going to literally just throw an arrow at him.
Okay, go
With
ahead.
my hand. Paw.
Roll to attack.
18.
Okay. So you take another expert leap into the air and you pull back on your bowstring with your teeth and you let the arrow fly and it thunks into the side of his neck. Please roll damage.
7.
Okay. It thunks into the side of his neck and the orc kind of shakes his head and he lets out a loud roar and he kind of turns towards you. But that is the end of your turn unless you are going to take a move action.
Probably just be thinking, why do you always turn towards me? Why me? Why is it always me? Just why?
It is now Spark's turn.
A good response, by the way.
I attack.
Okay. Roll to hit.
14.
You miss.
Oh, no. That is very uneventful.
So basically, you go after him with your rapier and you try and slice at him, but he bats your rapier away, and he actually ends up knocking it from your grip, and it falls on the ground in front of you.
Oof.
We'll go to Copper. Copper, it's your turn.
Okay. So I'm trying to look at this map that you have. Your drawings are great, Snow. Is anyone injured near me? Guys at the table. Guys at the table. And gal. Anyone injured?
I took some damage.
How much is some? Okay. Is anyone below 10 HP?
Yeah, not
Leolin
that
is.
Who?
Leolin. The
Where?
one with the broken arm.
Where is that? Is that the archer lady?
Yeah. She's on the other side.
Could I run over there and heal her then?
You can. What path are you taking?
The one where I don't get attacked.
Okay, so you are going to run over there, and that would be your full action. Okay, next on the list is Thalia. I'm going to let Thalia go. I kind of wanted to let you go, Wilson, just to see what you would do.
Trying to make sure people don't die. That's
Okay, so Thalia looses an arrow, and as she does, she releases too early, and Spark, you feel a sharp, sudden pain in your hindquarters. And
Ow. Ow, ow, ow.
and you take 4 damage as an arrow
Ooh, that
lodges
stings.
itself in your butt. In your cutie mark.
My butt.
right in the cutie mark too. That's an insult.
Yes.
Dog
Chele
down.
you're down?
No.
No.
Oh,
It just hurt a lot.
okay. So Chele comes over and he flies over top of the giant orc and he claws at him, but he misses. And he actually gets swatted away 10 feet back. It is now the raccoon's turn. The raccoon continues to bite and gnaw, and he is going to try bite down harder to do more damage. He succeeds, and he does 1 damage. As he crawls around the front of the orc's neck, he bites down into its cuello, and he rips back. And as he does, the orc, his eyes roll back in his head, and he falls over backwards in a loud thud on the ground. And he is dead. The killing blow was made by the raccoon.
Oh my
Yay!
Look, guys, I told you it was a good idea.
It was beautiful. He had 1 HP left. And I was like, Wilson, you could have killed him.
Okay, listen. I was more concerned for the safety of my teammates.
I'm sorry, Wilson. That was stupid.
You should be proud that I care.
Wilson, are you telling me what I should feel? Anyway, that's beside the point. Okay, gentlemen, you have complete ladies and gentlemen, or lady
Thank
and
you.
gentlemen.
I appreciate that.
I'm sorry. It's just like when you wear your onesie like that, it's really
Yeah.
hard for me to tell what your
What do you mean?
gender is.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry.
Are you questioning my gender?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Okay. So the battle basically ceases and everything is quiet. The only thing that you can now hear on the still night is the sound of the breeze and the crickets. And you see that the figure that was basically being tossed around is lying farther away. He looks like he got thrown
Oh no,
farther away on the ground. I'm sorry. I forgot to put him on the map. I forgot about
I
him.
run over there.
I was wondering where he was. And
He's been invisible this
I
whole
run.
time.
I run over.
Okay. So you go over
He's
to
biting
him.
down on the invisibility ball.
Yeah, he's biting down the invisibility ball. Yeah, he got the ball and he grabbed it. So this entire time he's just been invisible on the ground because he was holding on to the ball in his mouth because it has to be chewed on. Saliva's really the activating factor.
So if we
Okay.
pour saliva on it, it will turn itself invisible.
Yeah, but then you'd never find it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, it's not like it moves.
What if somebody accidentally kicked it? Like, I could imagine. Never mind. So Copper runs over to this figure on the ground, and you see the pointed ears, and one ear is actually kind of like torn. He's barely breathing. His lungs expand very slowly and barely, not even to the full extent. You can tell that he has broken ribs without even having to make a check. Broken
I give
bones,
him-
everything.
The lick of life.
What?
That's a thing?
Well, okay, guys, look, it's cute, okay? Because cure wounds requires it be a touch. So my dog's lick is going to heal.
Okay. So what How much does it heal for, and what does
A
it do,
D8
Wilson?
plus 3.
Okay, so these
So-
things don't repair bones and
so
stuff
9.
like that.
Well, yeah, but he's not going to be dead.
Okay,
The
so he heals by 9 damage.
Yeah,
Luckily, he survived all of his death saving throws, and you've brought him above being negative now.
right. So the bones are broken.
He's going to
but
have
we're
to
good.
be reset. So Thalia runs over, and she sees this figure on the ground, and she stops in her tracks, slows down, takes a breath, and walks over, and calmly leans down, and she says, Eluin, we're here for you. And that is where we're going to end off.
Yay.
Cliffhanger!
Cliffhanger!
Exciting.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. We were also joined by Justin from Lit Gaming Arena. Take it away, Justin.
Hey, guys. Sorry, I was in a really weird position. Wait, what am I saying? What am I
I
taking
don't know.
away?
I don't know.
Yourself.
You can tell
It's
people about your
shameless plug,
podcast.
like
Shameless.
Mohit.
Yeah.
Shameless plugs. I am from Lit Gaming Arena, another podcast where we talk about all the video games, like every video game ever. And it's a really long podcast all the time. So if you like long podcasts, you should listen to it. It's at litgamingarena.com, or you can just search for Lit Gaming Arena on Google. You'll find all the places we're listed on. I mean, we're on like iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, etc. And also all of our social media is just Lit Gaming Arena, with the exception of Facebook, which is Lit Gaming Arena CO, because Facebook kind of screwed us over a little bit. So yeah.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Odd Doggies. Snow out.
Bye, guys.
Dang it, I
See ya.
wanted the last word.
Wait, I need to talk about my new single.